where, had it gone the other way, would have altered history. For example, say John Terry had scored that penalty in Moscow in 2008. Chelsea would have been European champions and Avram Grant would have the biggest medal in continental club football to his name. It stands to reason then that he would have stayed at Stamford Bridge for a bit longer, meaning that Luis Felipe Scolari wouldn't have got a look in. Would he have done better than the World Cup winning Brazilian, who only lasted till February the following year? And could he have improved upon Chelsea's third place finish? And as for United, who won the title that season, would defeat in that Moscow final have led to Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the club for Real Madrid a year earlier? And would that have meant that Rafa Benitez's Liverpool won the Premier League instead of them? That's a pretty big butterfly effect, all from one missed penalty kick going the other way. And if you want to dig a bit deeper, there's plenty more that could have been affected. What if Anthony Knockaert had scored his penalty against Watford? We'd have been denied the Troy Deeney moment, sure, but might Leicester have gone on to win promotion to the Premier League earlier than scheduled? And would that have meant that Claudio Ranieri would never make it to the King Power? Would Arsenal or Tottenham, therefore, have been champions in 2016? The most significant sliding doors moment perhaps ever, though, was Paul Gascoigne, Wembley, June 1996. What if this had gone in? That golden goal would have sent England to the Euro 96 final against Czech Republic. 30 years of hurt could well have come to an end. There's so many of these moments that could have altered destiny forever. What if Shearer had signed for United? Would Lampard's ghost goal against Germany have kick-started England's World Cup back in 2010? What if Sam Allardyce didn't get bogged down in all that controversy and denied Gareth Southgate the England job? Does make you think.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shabana Hearn alongside Dean Saunders with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check it out online now. Hello.
Morning.
How are you?
Very good. I got my Commonwealth Games outfit on.
Why is this a Commonwealth?
And you have. We look like judges in the Commonwealth Games. You know, like in the shooting or the archery or something.
We look Wimbledon vibes.
It's gone now, and it's gone.
I'm not even joking. Dean texted me last night what he was wearing today.
Yeah.
So we could twin. So
otherwise, it's a colour clash. And that if you wear one of your ridiculous bright green outfits because you support Celtic, it's going to spoil my outfit.
Yeah. No, you look well. You always make an effort.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. No conflict today, though.
No conflict. A fun.
We don't have any, do we?
No, never. We just sit and giggle, which is just as annoying, probably, to most people if they don't know the jokes.
Well, it's sunny out there. It's another great day for everyone. And I'm never, ever going to say it's too hot. Ever. We've spent 9 months saying we're freezing. So, great weather for golf. I'm playing golf later.
Where are you playing today?
The Grove. In the Astute Golf Day.
Money, money, money.
Well, it's a charity golf day. So, great course.
All for the good
great
cause,
place.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
How's your golf these days?
Good. And, you know, without bringing the show down at 6:05 in the morning.
You're going to? Mm-hmm.
There's lots of people passed away that I played football with. No, I played football with them. So I'm going to keep playing golf and doing what I want to do until I can't do it anymore.
Okay, that's
all I was going to say.
Okay, sorry.
So enjoy every day.
Okay.
Because I've got a mate who's a doctor, and he said the 75-year-old men come in my surgery and some of them can't walk. So it's coming for you.
Do you get a buggy or do you walk?
I walk.
You do.
Keep walking. Keep doing right. tip for everybody in the world, right, who's getting it. Keep your legs strong. So do 10 squats in the morning, 10 squats before you go to bed, 30 press-ups. That'll keep you alive for another 5 years longer.
Well, we'll hold you to that. Have you done your squats this morning?
Yeah.
Have you?
Can you not tell?
Have you done your push-ups?
By the way, my stomach's starting to creep over
you've
my
got
belt.
a good tummy.
Thanks, Shabana. Everybody likes a pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that. 6 o'clock in the morning.
As long as you don't pat me in the stomach. Jesus.
By the way, I know what you're waiting for.
Tell me.
You look really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we can move
You're still
on.
running. You're still running every day.
Still running.
Yeah.
Still running.
Keep running.
And playing golf. Learning golf.
Well, I've seen you swing.
It's very different.
No, but your swing's great.
Thank you.
For a learner. Honestly, your potential. I would actually play golf with you.
Would you?
And I'd be confident I'm not looking for my ball all day. Your ball, sorry, not mine.
I lost 3 in a row.
Well, get
Last
used to it. Because
yeah.
golf's the hardest sport ever.
It was awful.
Especially when you're learning.
Yeah.
You know, tip for anybody learning golf, if you start hitting the ball along the floor, don't carry on. Go and see the pro. They'll sort you out within 3 shots. And then you start enjoying it again because no one likes hitting the ball along the floor.
I know. It's just a tough one, isn't it? One minute you think you're doing okay and you've hit a good shot, and then the next time you just shank it or just can't hit it. I can't hit it sometimes, and it's so frustrating. And then you're over trying, and actually you find the less you do, the better the ball will go. The more work the club does. So I'm struggling with that a wee bit.
Same for everyone. You know, Ollie Fisher, the pro, shot 59 in Portugal on the European Tour.
Yeah.
Played with him the other day. Can't hit it.
No.
He couldn't. Ollie. He's injured his ankle. I won't tell you, Shaban, right, because I'm not allowed. But the sports, talkSPORT golf major,
right?
Myself, Darren Goff, Jamie O'Hara, Ollie Fisher played the other day.
Is Goffy good?
Goffy's really good.
Is he?
It's hit miles, yeah.
Oh.
It's like he looks like when he's hitting a 6 at cricket.
Yeah.
Smashes it miles.
Who won?
I can't tell you,
oh.
but you've got to watch it.
Is it drama?
When it comes on, it is hilarious. I can't tell you what's happened, and I can't tell you who the talkSPORT golf champion is, but look at my outfit. I've been to TK Maxx.
You're annoyingly good at all sports.
I'm not saying I've won, but I've spent a fortune in TK Maxx. Look, can you tell?
Oh, Dean, I'm glad you're with us for this Friday morning. Let's move on, shall we? If you are playing golf today, good luck. Don't hate yourself, okay? Newcastle fans, you'll be watching this season through your fingers, won't you? Things seem to be going from bad to worst. We're not even in August yet, and it's already been a window to forget.
How can Newcastle, on the back of the most successful season in their recent history last time around, then making a British record sale, they still do find themselves here now, having to sell.
Gordon steers it into the far corner, and Newcastle United lead.
I think it's sad for Newcastle that they have to lose players, but in return for that, they're getting a big fee, and he's getting a wonderful opportunity. But I don't personally see him at that level.
Out to Tonali, through crowded in.
I decided to sign for Tottenham, and I can wait to start the season.
And then it comes to Bruno Guimaraes. Brilliant hit into the corner.
£70 million bid will not be successful, and it could just be the start of the saga and where we're kind of going on with things.
Bruno Guimaraes was kind of everything to the team. When he didn't play, they didn't win.
Kevin.
Newcastle fans, we want to hear from you this morning. How worried are you about the season ahead? 03717223344. They've already lost both Anthony Gordon, Sandro Tonali and talisman Bruno Guimaraes is also looking to be on his way out to the Arsenal. Is Eddie Howe being let down here, Dean? He must be frustrated.
Well, he must be. And, turn the clock back to losing Isak. I mean, I had a look at Isak's contribution at Newcastle, and I know the fans have got the hump with Isak, and you don't want to say anything nice about him. But his goals and his involvement in the goals, like in the 30s, you can't. I've managed football teams. You can't manage a football team if you keep losing your strikers. And he lost Isak, replaced him with what's his name, the German lad, big Voldemar. He scored 9, I think, in the first 10 games, something like that. Started great, and then struggled to score. And you're only as good as your strikers. In any football team, Sunday League, you're only as good as your strikers. Eventually, it'll catch up with you if you keep losing your best players. So I feel sorry for the fans. I feel sorry for Eddie. And it looks like they're going to lose a couple more now. You must be cringing, waking up in the morning, Newcastle fans, not wanting to look at the news.
I know. I mean, that's the thing. You mentioned Isak there during that all that drama last summer. You know, Bruno Guimaraes was the guy who they always kind of turned to, relied on, and now it looks like he's going to be on his way out as well, which is a bit of a shame. 03717 22 3344 is the number. Newcastle fans, you can have your say today. Who's the problem here? Is it PSR? Is it the board? And how do you kick on? We can bring in a caller already. We've got Aaron, the Aston Villa fan, with us now. Aaron, I would imagine you're going to say we've all got the PSR issues.
Morning, Aaron.
Morning, Dino. Morning, Siobhan.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
On my way up to Leeds for work.
Lovely.
On this beautiful morning.
It's a nice morning.
Yeah, just want to say how unfair the playing field is. I mean, over the last few seasons, my team, Villa, they've sold 5 players for a £300 million profit. Rogers, Tillemans, Douglas Luiz, obviously John Duran, big money, Diaby. I mean, Man City, 115 financial charges. Man United, £1 billion in debt. Spurs, 2 17th place finishes last couple of seasons. They seem to be able to spend what they like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, surely there's got to be a rule change somewhere to enable the level playing field.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit complicated, but from what I can gather, obviously Aston Villa is still under the European rules that you can't go spend too much money. But you're right, and you think to yourself, 118 million for players, Anderson, and although I like the players, I don't think they're unbelievably great players going for over 100 million. So it's getting ridiculous. And then you think to yourself, well, how can you get round this? You bring your own players through. But then you've got to sell your best young players to get the money back in. So it's not fair.
Yeah, it's
You're
a
right.
bit of a mess. Aaron, thank you for your call this morning. Drive safely up to Leeds. You can keep these coming in, by the way. Newcastle fans in particular, we want to hear it from you this morning. It looks like Guimaraes will be on his way to Arsenal. We'll keep tabs on that. And there's been another blow from Manchester City as Rodri could face an extended period of time out with a back injury, which may require surgery. He's proved a vital part of every team he's played in, but Troy Deeney isn't having him as a Premier League great.
I feel like it's a little bit too soon as well.
Okay.
I feel like we're always trying to rush people into the great. Like, is he one of the greatest already?
Yeah.
I think the reason we think these guys that you've just alluded to are great is because of the longevity, their ability to be great for such a long period of time.
It's hard to say he's not a great player, but I don't think he's as good as Kante. Same position.
Yeah.
And midfield has changed over the last few years, isn't it? Roy Keane used to go box to box, could do everything. He could sit in front of the back four and defend like Kante, and he could also get on the end of crosses and score goals. So could Paul Ince, so could Patrick Vieira. When you start going through them all, great players. But he's definitely in there. It's hard to deny that he's not a great player.
I'd say he is a great. He is one of the greats.
What he's achieved as well.
I mean, his career's unbelievable. It's the perfect career.
Yeah.
Everything he's won, from the domestic treble, he's won the Euros, he's won a World Cup, he's won the Ballon d'Or. Hard to say that he's not one of the greats when you've got that. I know you can say you've got great players who haven't won nearly as much, and some players who are considered great might have won more trophies. But in terms of everything that he's won, World Cup winner, Golden Ball winner, European champion, Ballon d'Or, Champions League Player of the Year, 5 English domestic cups. I mean, no player in Premier League history or football history has ever matched Rodri's exact collection.
No, and that position that he plays in, you've got to have a defensive thinking mind.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be saying, what if, and just by standing in the right place, you snub counterattacks out. It's an instinct. Liverpool tried to play Steven Gerrard there when he was getting old. Right, we'll just play him in front of the back four. He ain't got to move. But his instinct was to go and join in attacks and empty the middle of midfield. Liverpool getting counter-attacked because he's trying to get on the end of get involved in the play. So that position, you need someone who thinks like a defender and just smells danger when you're attacking. And sometimes you look at him and they go, what's he done today? Well, he actually stands in the right place and the attack goes somewhere else.
Good to see him getting back to it as well at the World Cup, returning to the player that he has been. To be fair, the news were saying last night that it could be a minor surgery. So hopefully it's not going to be too long term or too detrimental to him as well.
He just got over his ACL.
I know. But he's just won the World Cup as well, if there's a positive. Keep your calls coming in this morning. 03717 223344 is the number. Coming up for you next, Dean Saunders wishes a very happy birthday to his all-time musical crush. He didn't know it was a birthday. That's awkward. Good morning.
I'd separate what happened in the World Cup from my club. So if he wants to stay, I'd keep him. He's a really good player. He plays well for us. Really don't like what he did in the World Cup. If he wants to stay, keep him. If he wants to go, like any player that wants to go, let him go. But I would, 100%. We need experienced players with a new manager. We need continuity. So do I like what he did? No. Do I think he's going to get loads of stick wherever he goes? Maybe some at Stamford Bridge? Yes. But if he wants to stay, get your head down and play for us. That's what I think.
And how do you feel about, obviously, Alonso coming in as manager? A couple of signings so far. You get John Stones in the building. You feel good about things for this season?
I feel that after 4 years or 4.5 years of trial and error by American owners, that at last they're appointing a manager, not a coach. The only thing I would say is that we need to bring in some experience. If we bring in someone like John Stones with the experience he's got on a free, and also we don't need I hate to say it, but fairly average sporting directors. We need a couple of really good quality sporting directors. But yeah, Morgan Rogers, really exciting to get Alonso. And at last we've got a manager, not a coach. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this season.
Where does Morgan Rogers play in the 11?
I think he's been told he's going to play off the left.
Is he?
I believe so.
Okay.
Interesting to see how that works with Cole Palmer. But if you listen to what Morgan Rogers said yesterday, Cole Palmer was constantly on the phone.
They're close.
Leading with him.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Swear to God, I don't know who this is. Who is it?
I bet if I put on the music video, you'd know in an instant. Dean Saunders. It's
Why?
J-Lo.
J-Lo? You're not going to believe this. I can't name one of her songs.
Oh, yeah.
J-Lo. I can't. Off the top of my head.
Would you know her if she walked into the room?
Yeah, I know what she looks like.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like Hispanic type, doesn't she?
She's beautiful. She's 57 today, which
is she?
Really, really bothers me how she looks that young. She's stunning.
I can name Tom Jones's songs or Bonnie Tyler's songs. I can name Bonnie Tyler's.
Yeah.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
J-Lo, no.
Hold on a
Sorry.
minute, let me get On the Floor. That was a good one.
If
Jenny
you-
from the Block.
Yeah, if you put her songs on, I go, oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
don't
to
know
be
what
fair, that was a bit of a curveball. Let's Get Loud.
Who said she was my favourite anyway? Where have you got that from?
I don't know. We just guessed that you would.
My favourite group is Atomic Kitten. It is. 3 Scousers. Brilliant. Looking back on when we first met. Remember that one? Class. Atomic Kitten. Where have they gone? If they were in concert, I'd go and watch them.
Kerry Katona does stage shows, I know, with Katie Price, because apparently they're good crack.
I'm going to give that one a miss. Remind me, write this down. Don't go to that concert. Put it in my diary.
I'll get you a ticket. We'll go together. We'll have a good time.
Katie Price singing.
She has a music career,
No,
doesn't she?
do me a favour.
03717 is the number. We're taking Newcastle calls this morning. We've got Alex with us now. Hi, Alex. How are you? How are you
Hi,
feeling
Alex.
about the PSR mess?
Hello.
Hello.
You all right?
Good, you?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I mean, my gripe is, like, when we got taken over about 5 years ago or so, it was, like, I mean, you can imagine you saw the celebrations and that, like, finally got rid of Mike Ashley and that. And I never expected us to do like a Chelsea or a Man City or anything like that. But shortly after we got taken over, like we all call them the Newcastle rules, like all these new rules were brought in. And it just basically stifled us from doing anything. All we wanted to do was compete. And like Dean, you'll know, like you've been up there, like we just want a team that competes. And when we finally got one, qualified for the Champions League, and we're having to sell homegrown talent when there's teams almost being relegated that can spend what they like. It's just the rules just ain't fit.
It doesn't make sense. You know, considering you're considered to be then the richest club and you cannot spend a dime, you know, is incredibly frustrating for Newcastle fans. And you think if Eddie Howe did have more to spend or more to play with, they'd be an incredible team because they've made it into the Champions League. They've won a trophy in the last few years, so I can feel your frustration, Alex. We've got Sean now, the Newcastle fan. Hi, Sean, how are you?
Hi, Sean.
Hello, you all right?
What do you think, Sean?
Like I say, I'm a bit I'm kind of in between because I can understand it from Bruno's point of view, and I understand it from the fans' point of view, like yourself as well.
Oh, Sean, we've just lost you, but thank you so much. Call us back again soon. Time to look at today's back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Real beans, real milk, real signature taste.
Sam Ellard is back with us.
Sam
Hi guys, good morning. How are you?
Very good. Very good. You must be due a testimonial. 10 years?
I had my testimonial on March the 15th earlier this year. 10 years of talksport.
So, and do you know what? You look like a film star.
What do you mean I look like a film star?
You know, like, remember when Take That were just going on tour? Take That.
Yeah,
and
big Gary
all of a
Barlow
sudden-
fan.
And they'd all go in the gym. wouldn't
Yeah.
they? Like 4 weeks before and get pumped up.
Yeah.
You're that far away. If I said to you 4 weeks, Sam,
I need more than
their
4
Love
weeks.
Island, you would be one of them in Budgie Smugglers and Love Island.
But why on Love Island, though? Can't they have guys on there that have got a dad bod? That should be the question. Shouldn't be Sam needs to lose weight to get on Love Island. The question should be, all right, if some lad's got a six-pack, good on him. But there's also nothing wrong with liking a pint, liking a kebab, is there?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Well, it doesn't sell magazines, does it?
I'd rather have the crack with you
Oh, Shaban.
and your normal body
Oh, Shaban.
than the six-pack's body with no chat.
Shaban, I need that 5 seconds.
I can't.
I've never heard someone say something.
Well, there you go.
More
something
appealing
better
to me
than that.
You've got
I'll give you
chat.
something better than that.
Oh,
Go
here
on.
we
I
go.
can go in the gym and I can't bench press.
No.
Loads of weights. I
Yeah.
can't do pull downs.
No.
I can't do loads of squats going into the floor, but I can read and write.
And you got good chat and you got good crack and you're very good at football as well. That's also
Yeah.
probably quite
Thanks,
a cool
Sam.
thing
Yeah.
to be able to drop in. Random question. There are a pair of slippers out in the office. Are they yours?
They would be mine.
They are yours.
I-
Because we were looking at them and I've never seen a pair of slippers so small before in my life.
Oh, I've got
mean,
little baby feet.
You must do.
I know.
Like proper baby feet, Shaban. They are...
And then you've got to protect them in the morning. You can't wear your heels in the morning at 4
No.
a.m.
Or why can't you just wear slippers when
I
you're on
want to
air?
know, why are you wearing slippers?
Just because Matt can't be arsed wearing. Would you wear your heels at 4 in the morning?
Well, it's sloppy, and it develops.
Well, I've not got them on now.
That develops in taking the kids to school in your pyjamas.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I
That's,
don't
no,
do
that's
that.
bang out of order.
I don't do that, and I don't judge people who
when
do
she
it
gets
either.
in her cab early in the morning, she has to be comfortable in her slippers, isn't
Exactly,
she? Come
Sam.
on now.
And I have a blanket as well.
Do you actually?
I do.
And the same driver every morning, right? I miss him.
Arsenal Tom.
Well, I'm only telling you what the spirits are telling me. That's how it starts, Sam.
Yeah. All right, what are the spirits telling you, Dean, about the back pages this morning? Should I go through
you
some of
tell
the?
me.
It's pretty much all just transfer news, isn't it? At this time of season across.
It's a bit.
It's for the next 2 weeks. It's basically going to be Bruno Guimaraes, another transfer, Bruno Guimaraes across all the back pages.
I'm liking Tchouaméni to Man United though.
Yeah, on the back of the Sun, absolutely. But I just wanted to talk about Andoni Iraola. He's away with Liverpool on pre-season tour, and he's been giving interviews to the written media. Lots of good stuff covered in the piece in the Times this morning, speaking about his upbringing, what's made him be the success he is today, his heroes getting into management. But he speaks here about the style of football, and he says an example is someone like Rodri. He speaks about how he wants Liverpool to replicate what Spain did at the World Cup. Rodri didn't always score or make an assist, but at the end they won the World Cup and he won the best player of the tournament. Team first was always integrated in how we're raised. There are lots of different styles in Spanish coaching. The national team, they always say tiki-taka, passing, but even in the World Cup you can see them pressing very well, pressing high. Yes, they control the game with the ball, but it's the other part where everyone was doing their job. Dean, with obviously Liverpool connections, I think with Iraola, it would be fair to say no one can question his coaching ability given how well he did at Bournemouth. But with him, is the challenge going to be how he makes that step up from a mid-table team to the Premier League champions, and how he deals with the pressure, the interviews, the extra scrutiny? Is that almost the bigger challenge for him as opposed to the day-to-day coaching element of the job?
Well, you can question his coaching ability because he's not coached thoroughbreds, which are different animals to... You coach Alan Shearer, Michael Owen, and you coach Ronaldo. They're different animals to, no disrespect, to lads who are playing for Bournemouth, because they think they're the best and they expect to be treated like the best, and they don't like getting left out. They don't like getting told off, and somehow you've got to get them together. So he's got that hurdle to get over. Liverpool are not interested in tiki-taka. They expect the ball... Well, Spain won the World Cup, in my opinion, because they worked harder than everybody else. They only conceded 11 shots. 1 goal they let in.
Yeah.
That starts at the front. Liverpool had Firmino, Salah and Mane. Get past them 3. Behind them, you've got Milner, Fabinho and Wijnaldum, who are workers before you got to their back 4. So you've got that to deal with. So the crowd want to see Liverpool attacking the Kop, crossing the ball, through balls, up and at you, get the ball back when you lose it, work hard. They want to see that. They don't expect Crystal Palace, no disrespect, to be walking into the Liverpool's half of the pitch, passing it sideways, and Liverpool sitting back, watching it happen, and the crowd fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's expected from him.
Yeah.
And by the way, they need to sign some players quickly.
A 6 is imperative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone to sit in front of their back 4.
Not just that, they let 9 players go last summer, and they've let another 3 world beaters, Robertson, Kanate and Salah go. You've got to replace them quickly.
You would imagine the work has been done. We've just not heard enough about it as yet. You would imagine, because it is Liverpool. But
Well, if you're one of the best players in the world, you've got options. So Liverpool need to step in quick.
Yeah. Sam, you're back
Thank
with
you.
us again very soon.
6:50, yeah.
You change for nobody, all right?
Thanks,
Thank
Sam.
you, Shaban. I appreciate you.
Nobody.
You're very kind.
Thank you. That was all thanks to Costa Express. Sam Ellard back soon. Coming up, has Dean ever taken someone's head off with a tea shot? We'll do that next.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Real beans, real milk, real signature taste.
Let's just say something about Tottenham here. It's a big conversation because obviously it's about trophy wins, European Cups, all of those sort of things come into it. But in the modern world, it also comes down to support base. money is so much involved. And Spurs are a big club, full stop. Of course, we're above someone like West Ham. We have got more support.
He had you above West Ham.
Globally. Well, I know, but he was almost fighting with that. You could also look at a support point of view globally. We would make Chelsea look tiny. They have had more recent success. Facts, they've had more success. But we also got to think about Tottenham history. First team to do a domestic double. First team to win the European Cup. We have history that can't be ignored in the same way that like Aston Villa.
Without being pedantic, people will be shouting at the radio, European Cup, not the European Cup.
A European Cup, yes, apologies.
That's all right.
And I think that history is important, it really, really is. And I don't want to sound like I'm banging on about the past. We know what we've been. I'm a realistic Tottenham fan. I've seen it. Arsenal are a big club. Hate saying it, they're a big club. Bigger than us. I've got to say that as well, and that's going to upset people.
Rich, you do me a favour then. You rate them 1 to 4 first.
It'll have to be Arsenal.
Okay.
Gives me the up, but there you go.
Sport is often filled with people trying to make a quick buck, often at fans' expenses. But sometimes someone on the fringes comes up with an exhibition idea that goes down a storm. Let me tell you about a couple of them. Mallorca, 2007. Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer compete in what was dubbed the Battle of the Surfaces, a unique idea that reportedly almost got cancelled at the last minute when worms got into the grass. An 11th hour turf delivery got the match on, and despite some dodgy bounces on the new green stuff, Rafa and Roger slugged out a 3-set epic. Tennis has a history of exhibitions too, with the Battle of the Sexes in 1973 captivating audiences worldwide as Billie Jean King took on the former world #1 men's player Bobby Riggs, who talked down the women's game. Billie Jean King won. In motorsport, there was Monzanapolis in the 50s when American Indy cars went up against European F1 cars. But perhaps the best exhibitions have been the charity ones. In 1998, legends like Mike Atherton, Sachin Tendulkar and Glenn McGrath turned out at Lord's for a one-dayer in memory of Princess Diana. And since 2006, we've had Soccer Aid, which has raised an incredible amount of money. And if you get to see the likes of Jose Mourinho taking out Ollie Mers, then what's not to like?
Looking back on when we first met. Remember that one? What a song.
Used to turn me on. Dino makes me whole again.
Classic.
Like that. Have a bit of that.
Liverpool fans as well.
There you go. If you want, we can go to the gig. I mean,
get back together, girls.
Keep talking about them.
Sell out stadiums. Atomic Kitten.
I didn't mind them as well when I was young, to be honest.
She left early, didn't she, Kerry?
And she married Brian McFadden from Westlife.
What? Yeah, he's a Man United fan. Brian. Great golfer.
I used to be in love with him when I was young.
Great, nice lad.
Is he really?
Very loves talkSPORT.
Is he?
In
Brian?
fact, let's see if we can get Brian on.
Brian, 03717. Good morning, it is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark at Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out the website for more details. So Bryson DeChambeau continues to dominate the headlines after receiving a 2-shot penalty in round 2 of the Open for reportedly improving his backswing despite Rory McIlroy's sharp criticism and DeChambeau threatening to walk away from the weekend. 5-time Ryder Cup winner Ian Poulter jumped to his defence earlier on breakfast this week.
You know what? He's misunderstood. I think he's very personal. He cares an awful lot. He does an incredible job from a brand perspective with the kids, his YouTube channel, and he's one of the best players in the world. So he really is quite charismatic, and he's actually a nice guy.
So that was Polks on Wednesday talking to Breakfast, saying that he's a good guy. And then yesterday, I don't know if you saw it at the lift tour, he nearly took his head clean off Bryson with his tee shot.
Did he?
And it bounced up and it hit Poulter, nearly took his hat off.
All right.
And he goes, Bryson!
I think he's brilliant for golf. He's got one plane swing. Do you know what that means?
No.
So, you know when you stand over your ball and your arms just hang down
Mm-hmm.
and your club's on a different plane, isn't it? Your club goes out to the ball. So you get the club, eventually you get the club back where your body's squaring up the club face. He stands a long way from the ball with his left arm dead straight, part of the golf club, and he just goes round his body in a half circle.
Wraps up.
One plane.
Mm.
Who else does it? Matt Kuchar. Remember the Cooch?
Yeah.
Picked him to win the Masters when he weren't in it. You remember that?
Good
yeah,
one.
so, and he has changed his persona, hasn't he? He was like, everybody was starting to dislike him. Now he's gone the other way completely. He stays behind, signs autographs, has his picture taken, goes on YouTube golf channels.
Like you.
Yeah. And by the way,
So you can get him on the talkSPORT one?
did you know this? I'll get you some gear if you want. Brian McFadden
What?
has got shares in Druids Golf.
Didn't know this.
So do you want a box of clothes?
I would love a box of Brian
Free.
McFadden. I mean, yeah, clothes.
Free. Yeah, so I'll have a word with him about that. But as for Bryson, I do think the way he walked to his ball when he was stamping the grass down, I do think that was deliberate.
Right.
I'm not going to accuse him, but because I couldn't see the ball, but it looked to me as if he recklessly walked into his ball when he shouldn't approach the ball like that because you can't move the grass. But he was stepping it down, wasn't he?
Mhm.
And going, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think he done it deliberately.
Maybe just do you think, acting like it was an
Yeah,
accident?
the way he was stepping on the grass.
No.
When you speak to professional golfers, they say you do not approach the ball like that, just in case
In case you move. the
you
line
improve
around.
your lie. So your backswing
Yeah.
goes back easy through the grass,
Mm.
and he was stamping the grass down. So I do think
Don't you think
he
its
done that.
backswing was still going through the grass anyway? It was just little wispy bits.
Yeah, but I think they all do it.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Do
think.
you do it? Do you get away with it?
I know all.
Do you get away with it with Jamie O'Hara and Goffey and...
Wait till you watch it. I can only say, wait till you watch it.
Can't wait.
It's hilarious.
Maybe I'll get good enough one day to go on the Golf Channel with you.
You're good enough now,
No, certainly not.
You
Jane.
are?
Trust me, you'd want to kill me.
unless you can't putt at all. I've seen you
Actually,
swing.
the putting's all right.
Well,
Driving's
you-
for show, putting's for dough. Boop, boop.
seriously, why don't you go on the TalkSport Golf channel right now?
Yeah.
And then you can look back on the video and say, this is how I was when I first started,
This is true.
and this is how I am now, playing off 6 or 7.
How good would that be?
You have to put the hours in.
By the way, see on the Bryson chat as well, he is meant to be a lovely guy. Because I was up at Scottsdale in Birmingham recently, and they all said that he'd come in not too long ago, and apparently was an absolute treat. Like a really nice person, made time for everybody, and made an effort. You know, everyone wants to just criticise everyone these days without knowing them.
One of those nicknames, the Professor, isn't it? Because he goes into detail
signs
so much. Hits it miles, and, well, he's good at everything.
Yeah.
He's a great golfer, isn't he? Great player.
Have you seen as well on his you don't have TikTok, but when he hits the ball over his house to try and get it in the cup?
No,
Have
I
you
haven't
not
seen it.
And he did
no.
it every day. Oh, I need to look out how many days it was to see how he could do it. And then one day he did it.
Oh, hey, speaking of knocking people's heads off with a golf ball, right? Hilarious. British par 3 at Nailcott Hall. 50 grand for the winner, by the way. It's proper pros playing. Ron Atkinson's playing, isn't he? My old manager, Ron. So the people are so close to you that you're thinking, you know, I can hit someone here easy behind the ropes.
Oh, God, that worries me.
He shanked this ball, right? And he's hit the bloke in the crowd, right? And he's hit him on the elbow, right?
Oof.
So the fella's gone down and Ron's walked over. Sorry about that. Like, you know, and the people have gone over. And he's got it looks like he's got another golf ball on his elbow, right?
Actually pummeled it, yeah.
He's gone and teed it up again and shanked it again and hit the same bloke. He's hit him in the ribs. I know it's not funny, but it was hilarious. He broke his elbow.
No.
He went to hospital, broke his elbow.
Oh my word. It does give me the fear though when you're at the driving range and you're walking past everyone to get to your bay and you hear the whoosh, whoosh. I'm like,
Yeah, but typical Ron, he went, hey, pal, you could have chested it down and volleyed it back onto the green for me.
Brilliant. Oh, there you go. Back to transfers now. On the sports bar last night, Jamie O'Hara and Rory Jennings disagreeing on the valuation of divisive Spurs captain Christian Romero.
Tottenham are a historic football institution, and playing for them is an honour. And it's mental that somebody that was not only given the honour of playing for the club, but given the honour of captaining the club, showed them that amount of disdain. Like, I think it's a disgrace, actually. I think he should never, ever have the luxury of playing in the Premier League again.
Well, you're going to get 80 million for him. That's what I want.
You're not. Is that what he's going to go for?
I think we'll go for 80 million, yeah.
80? Of course he won't.
What are you talking about? Christian Romero?
Mental.
He'll go for around 80 million quid.
If you're going to wait for an £80 million bid, it'd be in your starting lineup first day of the season.
He won't be in our starting lineup because we've got Van Hecker and Van der Ven and Senesi.
If you're going to wait for 80 million, you're not. You're going to have a long
he's
wait.
worth 80 million?
No, of course I don't. I can't think he's anything like 80. Nothing close to 80. I think you'll do really well. I think you'll do really well to get 40, half of what you think. Oh.
What do you reckon?
I wonder if Rory's ever said anything nice about anyone, ever.
Well,
in the history of football.
I'm sorry, Shaban, but I've got to agree with him. Right? He is up there. Romero is up there with one of the worst captains in the history of the Premier League.
Rory's disdain was talking about when Romero had planned to watch his boyhood club in Argentina when Spurs were fighting relegation, and he was over there having his rehab done for whatever injury it was that he had. But he ended up at the game.
Well,
he was at the Spurs
only
game.
because the heat was on him and someone said to him, you better get on a plane and get back here. You're getting absolutely slaughtered. You're the captain of Spurs. We've got to win the last game of the season to stay up. And you're staying in Argentina.
Yeah, but
what kind of a captain's that?
The same fans hated him in the first place and probably didn't want him there.
Well, Spurs have finished 17th, 2 years running, right? He was the captain, so he can't be that good, can he? And he's an absolute liability on the pitch. He's a walking red card, and his behaviour in the World Cup after the whistle went sums him up. I would get him out of the club tomorrow. His attitude and the way he is around the place spreads like wildfire. It'll cost you more than 80 million, finishing 17th. He's not a captain.
How much is he worth then?
And you can play. The thing is, Shaban, you watch him one week and he looks like the best centre-half in the world, and then the next week he gets sent off in the first 5 minutes when in a crunch game. Absolute, like, as a manager, you would go to bed on Friday night panicking, how's he going to do tomorrow? What's he going to do? So the evidence is there. They finished 17th twice in the league and he's been the captain. So for me, I would just get rid of him.
I just do go back to that last game of the season with Spurs. I mean, that was the most together they'd looked all season in that last game and just surviving relegation.
Well, maybe it's the manager.
And he was also a big part of that. And again, he was there. And how did that story even get out? I think we all went a bit too fast on that one when we maybe didn't know the situation. Yes, he was getting his treatment out there, but did he ever come out and say, I'm not coming home for that game?
What's he doing in Argentina,
that story
though?
Just caught.
What's he doing? He's injured, right?
A lot of people go to country for getting certain treatment, don't they?
Yeah, but it's out of order. Honestly, I'd stop it. It's out of order because how do you think your medical staff feel? He's going to... Why is he going to Argentina then?
Maybe he doesn't rate the medical staff. I'm sorry, but how many injuries did Spurs have last season?
You're right. They did have a load of injuries, and some of them were really bad injuries. Madison, but for me, it was their pre-season. They're flying around the world on aeroplanes.
I don't know about that.
And they've got the pre-season wrong somewhere along the line because there was that many injuries. But one game to go. Spurs have got to win. It's an absolute disaster if they lose. He's the captain. Why aren't you in the dressing room in training every day saying to people, come on, we can't lose this game Saturday? You're the captain. You can't be in another country.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the captain, fair enough.
If there is a deep-rooted, maybe not a great culture in that dressing room. I wouldn't say he's the only one.
But he's the captain. He sets it as a manager.
But at the end of the day, he's one man in that dressing room when I think you might have a number of egos and a number of players who don't have the character to be leaders of the dressing room.
But if I'm his manager...
And maybe it's boiling over in the wrong way?
Yeah, but if I'm his manager and he's my captain, right? He is my extended arm into the dressing room. I say to him, if there's any problems, come and let me know before it festers.
Will he lose the captaincy?
Well,
Will he lose the captaincy?
what,
Looking at Sim, the Spurs fan.
I can't see him being there.
So
he'll be gone.
He is going to be gone.
I think so, yeah.
But if he does stay, he remains the captain.
I don't know. It's up to the manager, but you need your captain to come back to you and say, Gaffer, the lads don't like playing 5 at the back. I'm just letting you know. The lads don't like training tomorrow at that time. It's back and forth. And then you tell them, go and tell the lads, if we win on Saturday, they get a day off Sunday. And it's like on the pitch, he's your extended... If you've got a captain that's you don't want to be in the country even, when Spurs have got to win, get him out of the club.
Yeah, I do wonder if that's the truth, though. If he was coming back for the game, because he was there. Like you say, the news might have got to him, he thought, I've got to be there anyway, but I all felt that was a wee bit hasty, the way that it went for him.
I'll just give you that one. What you doing in Argentina in the last week of the season? You should be in the treatment room at Spurs, geeing everybody up, getting them ready for the last game.
Yeah, Spurs fans, go on then. Over to you, 03717 223344. Would you get rid of him? Let us know. And also, if he stays at the club, is he your captain next season? You can have your say on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning. Still to come.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
That's right. In just over an hour's time, Hull City and Canada winger Liam Miller joins us live from their training camp in Slovenia. Looking forward to hearing from Liam. We'll look ahead to the Tigers' first top flight campaign since 2017 and look back on Canada's remarkable World Cup run. Plus, Newcastle fans, we want to hear from you as well. 03717 223344. After a massive summer exodus, how worried are you going into the new season? And are you concerned? Looks like Bruno Guimaraes could force an exit just like Isak. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins. Morning to you.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Every member of the British press has spent most of the summer before the World Cup slagging it off. You've talked about ticket prices, so let me call you out on that. Was it expensive? Yeah. Was it difficult to go to games and whatever else? 100%, but they sold out most of the games. They're all sold out.
Yeah, but my question
finish.
to you would be,
Let me finish.
They sell out to the right people.
What do you mean the right people? Whoa. What does that mean?
Well, I thought
that's a very dangerous comment. The right people.
I thought the atmosphere was a little bit diluted because you didn't necessarily have genuine football fans. You had tourists.
Okay. Are we now quantifying when you buy a sports ticket, you have to qualify as a fan?
Well, I think it's unfair if you're pricing out
I'm not,
genuine fans.
Hang on. I'm not a chess fan, but I might go to a chess event one day. Does it mean I can't go because I'm not a chess fan by nature? I mean, that's a ridiculous comment you've just made. That
not really. There are
only football fans.
I know a lot of England fans.
You're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
Are you telling me everyone that goes there, half of Old Trafford on a match day?
Of course not.
Are die-hard Man United fans? Tottenham.
But I know a lot of England fans who are in the England Travel Club. They've got their caps.
I get it.
And they had to make a financial decision not to attend this World Cup. Is that right?
There's lots of things in my life I couldn't afford, or can't afford at various times.
Oh, not anymore.
No, well, I'm fortunate enough. I worked hard enough not to be in that position. But through my 20s, yeah, I looked on with envy that I couldn't do this, this, and this. Ryder Cup, I've wanted to do that for years. I'm going to go next year. It's going to cost like 50 grand. I couldn't do that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. And I get it was too expensive. I would have liked.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. 10 to 7. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders. If you're off for a 7 o'clock tea time this morning, you just told me a mental.
Oh.
Can you share this? Can you tell?
Yeah, so yesterday I played golf with 3 of the members at Ealing Golf Club, with best greens in London, by the way, Ealing. Unbelievably quick greens. And I played with a fella called Johnny. He invented the touchscreen. So you know when you tap and you pay for your anything, you know that machine they hold?
Uh-huh.
He invented that.
He sort of, like the card reader thing.
Yeah, the whole system. So at the Olympics, he had the contract at the London Olympics that anybody bought anything, merchandise, drinks, food, and they tapped the machine, he invented the touchscreen.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny?
Yeah, I think he's 70 now, Johnny.
Is he single?
Played well yesterday.
His number?
And his wife was there playing golf as well.
Oh, she sounds
and
lovely.
And his daughter she
she's
forgot her house keys. She come and got her house keys out of his bag. But he invented the touchscreen. And the other lad I was playing with, who was off 4, he's a fashion photographer at the highest end. You never know who you meet playing golf.
You never know. And then there was Dean Saunders.
Yeah.
Once a British record transfer.
Thanks very much.
There you go.
Yeah,
I bet you they were even more impressed with you because you play football.
No, do you know what? Playing golf is well, I'd rather break my finger. I'd rather break my leg than my finger. There we are. At least if I break my leg, I can go round and play golf on a buggy. But if I break my finger, I can't hold a club.
You're not going to get your balance right though with a broken leg. You're not.
I don't know what to do if I wasn't playing golf.
You might get away with it. There's a brilliant guy on TikTok, by the way, I'll need to show you. What? And he was born with only one arm and no legs, and he is playing golf off scratch.
I've seen him.
Incredible.
I know some of them. They're unbelievable.
I know.
It just shows you, though.
It does.
They just keep the head still. If you keep your head perfectly still, it's just a swing around your body.
That's Dean's tips this morning.
Yeah.
Good luck, golf fans. We've got a Spurs fan with us now, 03717 223344. We're talking about Romero. Dean says get rid of him. I'm seeing if he stays at Spurs next season. Is he still your captain? Luke, good morning to you. What do you think?
Hi, Luke. Good morning. Good morning. How are you both?
Yeah, good. Great. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. It's Friday, so it can't be too bad.
Exactly. What do you think about Romero? Does he deserve another chance? Did we all go a bit hot on the whole him being in Argentina in that last game of the season?
Absolutely not. I want him out of our club. He's from my point of view, and I'll probably get slated for saying this. I don't think he's that good of a player. I think he's been quite lucky. The ball comes to him, he slows the ball down, he can't run with the ball, hence the reason why he always gets a red card, because he seems to overrun with the ball and always put in a bad tackle. He ain't no leader. To do that at the last game of the season, I mean, he only stayed because of the weight that was put behind it by all the fans and other people. To have that sort of decision made before he actually decided to stay, that tells us where he is. His attitude isn't good enough. He ain't no leader. He's petulant. He just isn't. He isn't the man for our club.
Okay.
And I think good luck to wherever he goes, because I don't think he'll change that sort of attitude. If I'm honest with you, he'll keep picking up red cards.
All right, Luke. Thanks for sharing that with us this morning. You've probably got a lot of Spurs fans on your side. Sam Ellard is back with us now. Sam.
Morning. Live boxing returns, doesn't it? The talkSPORT Network tomorrow night. Anthony Joshua facing Christian Prenga in, hopefully, fingers crossed, what should be a warm-up match for that huge Tyson Fury clash that we've waited for forever. The fight is Joshua's first since he stopped Jake Paul in 6 rounds in Miami last December, and his last competitive heavyweight fight remains the September 2024 knockout loss to Daniel Dubois. And obviously, as you guys would imagine, he's probably a busy man, isn't he, at the moment, Anthony Joshua? Over in Saudi Arabia, preparing, working hard, doing lots of media, in the gym, in the ring. Yet still, AJ had time to deliver a message to White and Jordan.
Jim, Simon, I trust you're both well. I just want to say I appreciate everything that you guys do, for sport in general, but especially the sport I love. The coverage that you give, insightful views and opinions. It sparks debate, sparks conversations, and it's good, and we appreciate it. Even though Simon sometimes, is on my back, but I need it. I need people on my back, it pushes me to want to do better. So it's all appreciated. And Jim, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Big 21, yeah? Enjoy your day. I hope you're treated well. I hope Simon lets you get a word in. But I hope the talkSPORT team treat you like a king that you are. God bless you, mate. God bless you, Simon. And there's a gift coming in for you guys both. Just as a way of saying that I appreciate all your efforts over the years. It doesn't go unnoticed.
So the big question now is, I'm sure we're all asking, what was the gift? Do you know what the gift is before we play it?
I watched it. I
You
was here
seen it?
when the gift was
You were
opened,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
What do you think the gift? What do you think Anthony Joshua gave Jim White for his birthday? What would you? What would you
Pick
give?
clean.
What would you give Jim White for his birthday?
A Balenciaga t-shirt.
There we go. Cha-ching, cha-ching. There's the plug, right? Happy
Maybe.
days.
I don't know. What's he give him? A golden microphone?
Let's find out, shall we?
It's often said I would turn up to the opening of a fridge or the opening of an envelope.
True.
I'm now turning up to the opening of this gift from, which I may say, Alex, before I go any further, honestly, Dara, is a complete mystery. I was told about this last night. Good grief.
Oh,
wow. So what have we got here?
Wow.
We have a special belt. I mean, this makes all the endless hours in the gym worthwhile.
So a special belt with talkSPORT side plates on it. So a special heavyweight talkSPORT belt, Shaban.
Isn't that lovely for him to and his team to take the time to do that with everything that he's going through, everything that he's got to focus on ahead? He's still made the time for other people.
Well, I think, and I'm being serious now, Simon Jordan is a genius, right? Jim White, the two of them, and Spencer Oliver have lifted boxing to another level, right? And I think they realise that. talkSPORT has gone from hardly talking about boxing to now pushing every fight massively, non-stop. I don't think I ever go on the radio and we don't have a subject about boxing.
Yeah.
It's funny when I watched the, Eddie Hearn and his dad do that show on, was it on Netflix? I think it was.
Netflix was, yeah.
And the amount of focus that talkSPORT has in the boxing world as well for them, it is a big deal. And by the way, Jim White, can we just talk about how good he looks? 69?
Yeah, he doesn't look 69, does he?
Yeah.
He looks good for 69, and that's some gift, isn't it?
Jim could look 50.
Yeah, oh, for sure. You imagine that. He's going to take that into his front room. Happy day. Shaban, what's the best gift you've ever received?
Oh.
Dean, same question to you. Is there one gift that you got that you've thought, oh, that's an absolute...
I've had some lovely gifts, but I've had some shockers as well.
Oh, okay.
I can't think off the top of my head.
No, maybe you should have given you a heads up.
Player of the year at Derby.
Player of the year at Derby?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, nice.
How many goals did you score that season?
20 odd.
You still
Do you know what? I thought 20 goals was good when I was playing.
That's good.
Harry Kane got 61. Mark.
Haaland scores 20 goals by October these days, doesn't it?
I don't know how they do it. How do you do it? You've got to play 61 games.
You were an average striker at best. Okay.
That's bang out of order, Dean.
You got that boot in there.
Honestly,
didn't you?
no. Slippers are off, the boots are on, and she's putting the boot
By
in.
the way, you got to take it if you give it. Watch it on YouTube.
We
You'll
need to
laugh your
watch
head off.
this golf show on.
I can't wait,
talkSPORT,
Shaban.
by the way.
What's the
Sam.
best you've had? Did you say?
What
Present?
gift? I got a coffee machine a couple of years ago, and I love my coffee.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a
a
good
belter. That was really, really good. Yeah.
Mine was the gift of working with you two this morning.
Oh, smooth, Shaban.
The
Smooth.
nicest days of my life.
Seriously, Jim White is like relentlessly professional.
Yeah, no, he is.
Unbelievable at his job. And working with Simon every day.
Can't be
You can
easy,
never win the argument, could he?
No.
With Simon. And Simon Jordan, imagine starting talking about boxing when you've never boxed and actually building up boxing on talkSPORT like he has.
All right, calm down.
Brilliant. No, but they deserve...
Has he paid you to say all
Calm down,
this?
man.
A Golden Globe,
All
they
right.
deserve.
Obsessed.
Right, Simon
Well,
Jordan,
yeah.
number one.
And Spencer Oliver, who gives you the actual insight into being in the ring.
I do have a soft spot for Spencer as well. And Simon and Jim, to be fair.
Yeah, by the way, I've left a few out there.
All right, okay. We're moving
We'll
on.
move on.
Yeah. You've got to break it.
Sorry for
We
me.
get it. You like Simon Jordan.
Well, I like the whole boxing thing, the old boxing chat. I think they've lifted boxing.
You haven't said.
Yeah.
Do you owe them money or
Well
something?
done.
What's going on?
Well done, everyone.
Coming up on talkSPORT, we're staying with boxing, but focusing on Tyson Fury out in Thailand next.
is it going to disadvantage Arsenal that a lot of their players have gone deep into the draw? Martin Odegaard, who obviously had injury issues last season, made it all the way through to the quarterfinals. And you look at Chelsea, Cole Palmer,
they're all
fully
fresh,
presumably.
Yeah.
I think he had the summer off. Phil Foden at Manchester City. The same.
Yeah, Fernando's got half of the World Cup final on. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get your point, and it's always interesting after a major championship, a World Cup, a Euros, South American one. How are the players going to be? Are they rested? I think the same at Liverpool. Some of the players coming back has Van Dijk. I know they didn't go deep, Holland, but again, he played more minutes than anyone last year. He was up there.
Got to the final.
Well, McAllister suddenly looked like the player we had 2 years ago. I don't know where that version of him was last year, so it'd be nice to see that for Liverpool this year. But I think Arsenal got a big squad. I think they recruited really well last year. I think they'll recruit again this summer. It would be foolish to bet against them. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. But you've obviously got then the Champions League. You've got all the cup games. And the biggest thing for me last year is when I saw Declan Rice playing a League Cup game.
Yeah,
that was the thing, and my head fell off my shoulders. And you look at that guy. I don't just think he's physically exhausted. I think he's mentally exhausted. I saw him in that third place game, and after the game, he looked someone that was he looked like a ghost.
Yeah,
I'd be giving him 2 months off.
Really, not even.
I'd be giving. I'd be giving
because they've got the Community Shield in Cardiff.
I'd be saying to him.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Good morning. 7 o'clock. 7:05, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn. Alongside boxing and Simon Jordan's biggest fan, Dean Saunders. Got the giggles there. My throat's gone. Have you seen this clip going around on social media?
It is hilarious.
of the woman driving past Nigel Farage. You seen it?
And she shouts out the window. I can't say what she's called him, but it was something to do with an oil tanker. She shouted out the window, something oil tanker or something.
Yeah.
She shouted out.
It definitely rhymed with oil.
And she's looked back and drove into the back of someone. Smashed the car. Luckily, she's not injured, I don't think.
Oh, gosh. That's like instant karma, isn't it? Oh, that's really funny. What an idiot. Anyway, we're here with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check it out online now. She'll be going to that website quick style.
Think about it. Who shouts things like that out of a car window at people? What kind of person is she? Shouting that out the window at a stretch. You never met him. He's all right, Nigel Farage, isn't he? Seen him on The Jungle. Get me out of here. I thought he come across all right.
Stay impartial.
Well, I'm staying. I'm not. I don't speak about politics.
No, I know. Here we are.
Stay out of it.
Here you are.
But
leading me down the garden
But
path.
the country's in a mess.
Oh.
So they need cheering up. By the way,
it's
I
a
got to
funny
say,
video on the lighter side. Is
Shaban, I got to say, because I haven't mentioned it yet, I know it's passed, but I was gutted. Kevin Keegan passed away.
Of course you were.
And I actually got on a plane and went to Turkey with him. We had to do something for a TV show, and he was brilliant. And everyone that's played under him really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And legend at Liverpool, Toshak and Keegan. I was brought up. John Toshak, who was my manager at Swansea, just years before, him and Kevin Keegan, unstoppable. And then he went everywhere he went. He done well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sick about that. Kenny Jackett passed away, and Terry Orth. I'm going to play golf this afternoon, just in case I'm next in the queue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've got to
Enjoy every day.
live life to the fullest. No, very, very sad news, of course, this week with the passing of Kevin Keegan. Coming up for you in the show today, Hull fans, stay tuned. We'll be getting an insight into your pre-season in the next half hour with your midfielder, Liam Miller. You okay?
I'm all right, yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's gone very much under the radar, but this man returns to the ring tonight.
The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury!
I came back for one reason only, and that's to make boxing great again. Boxing is at its maximum potential when Tyson Fury's actively fighting.
It's not just about boxing, it's about personality. And for me, Tyson Fury is the most entertaining as a heavyweight since Muhammad Ali.
He's a great fighter and he's a great champion. But come and debate people. Come and shout across the studio at people like me and see how far you get. Yes, you can punch my face in. Wonderful. Where will that get you?
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm ready to rock and roll. Simon Jordan, you little no wonder you lost 100 million. Wrong business, you little sausage.
There he is. Oh, he doesn't like Simon as much as you do, Dean. Tyson Fury returns to the ring tonight, but it's out in Thailand in front of around 1,500 people. It won't be televised. He's fighting 46-year-old Polish boxer Morris Vac, where a win could potentially set up a fight with Anthony Joshua later this year. Let's look ahead to Fury's return to the ring tonight with the Sun's reporter out in Thailand for us this morning. Good morning to Joe Ojala. Good morning to you, Joe. How's things?
Morning, Joe.
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Yeah,
very good.
Thanks, Joe. How's it going out there?
It's going good. It's been a really good, exciting event. I think at first we was all originally thinking, what would it be like coming out to Thailand? It was all put together last minute, but everything has been put together really well, being looked after, and we've really enjoyed it.
So, both fights, obviously Fury needs to win. Joshua needs to win for the big fight to happen. So, is there any chance he could get beat?
I don't think so at all. I mean, Marius Wack, he's 46, 47 years of age. This will be his 53rd fight. I believe he's lost 8 of his last 10 bouts. I will be absolutely astonished if Tyson Fury lost this fight. I can't see it happening at all, to be honest.
It's an interesting one in terms of it being a smaller crowd. There's no TV there. We believe it might be filmed for the Netflix show that he does with his family. Are there press going to be in at all? Like, what kind of access do people have, or will we just wait and see this in the show?
I believe I've got all the access that I needed to get. I might be the only report out from the news side, but I know there's a few boxing YouTube outlets out there, and yes, it will be filmed for at home with the Furies free. I believe that no video content or any recording will be allowed for the actual fight night, because that's all exclusively for At Home with Fury's Free. So yeah, I think they're really strict about that, and fair enough.
And there's a report as well that Tyson Fury is going to fly straight to Jeddah to watch the AJ fight against Prenga. Do you think that's going to happen?
I mean, that is the question we all want to know, right? I asked Tyson yesterday, will he be flying out? He said himself, no, he wants to go out to his family and kids after a 10-week camp in Thailand.
Wow.
However, speak to Spencer Brown, his manager. Spencer said to me something a little bit different. Spencer said, look, if Turki Al-Sheikh, the man who is putting up the money for the massive fight between AJ and Fury, if he sends out a private jet over to Pattaya to come to Jeddah, they're more than happy to do it. To me, I feel like it's a little bit of a smoke and mirrors from Tyson Fury playing out here. I do think he will go out to Jeddah, but I guess time will only find out.
Yeah, well, you relate it to football. Why is he taking this fight? Like, he could do it behind closed doors. But I think footballers, you relate it to that. They need instructions off the coach when you got the ball, when you haven't got the ball. You need to have the butterflies in your stomach in the dressing room. You need to have a crowd watching you. And you actually look at your corner men, probably as a boxer, you can see the worry on their face getting you right mentally for the fight. In the gym, you can't get that. So I can understand why he's took the fight, because he needs to get his mind right for the fight, not as well as his body.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, originally he wanted to make sure he banked more rounds into preparations for the Anthony Joshua fight. I mean, he fought Aspet Makhmudov back in April. He got 4 rounds there, and he felt like he needed to get more rounds before the AJ fight. Originally, he wanted to fight on the August 1 undercard with the Piers O'Leary Mark Chamberlain fight in Dublin. He didn't manage to get that over the line, and he just thought to himself, you know what, forget this, I'm in Thailand, I'm going to make my own event, which is for a charity, the Father Ray Foundation, that provides educational services and for disadvantaged children and students with disabilities. I mean, the WBC have also got involved, creating a special Meta Humanitarian Championship for him. And originally it was a disaster for Fury in his eyes, because he wanted to get those rounds in. But now it's turned into a successful charity event. So I think all in all, it's become really successful. And going back to the mentality thing, he feels like he needs to get rounds in. And as long as he does that, he'll be confident to beat Anthony Joshua at the end of the year.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on with us, Joe. We hope the fight goes well and hope you enjoyed your time out in Thailand. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
That's Joe Ajala with us there with the latest out in Thailand as Fury returns to the ring. And of course, so does Anthony Joshua. He's back in the ring tomorrow night right here on talkSPORT. And we've got a watch along on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel with our top team. You listen to talkSPORT Breakfast as the ECB risk alienating Northern cricket fans with its venue choices for the 2027 Ashes. We'll talk about that next. Jack Grealish.
Yep.
Also going to be back at Man City.
Yep.
Next season.
It'd be interesting to see what happens with Jack if he's given a chance by Maresca, because he would have been part of that Man City squad that Maresca was at. Or will the manager think, no? And will Jack think, you know what, maybe I want to move on? I think it's still early doors. I think we have to see what happens over the next 6 weeks. Still 6 weeks left of the transfer window. Start of September, it closes. I don't see him staying there. I see him moving on. It wouldn't surprise me if he moves somewhere else in Europe. I don't see him staying in the Premier League. So I think he's still got 1 year left, I think, of his contract. So the wages as well, will that be a problem for some of the clubs, maybe in the Premier League? But don't rule out maybe back to Everton. David Moyes loved him.
Yeah, he did well there.
Yeah, he done very well there.
Did well there. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, Rodri, reportedly waiting for Real Madrid president Florentino Perez to sanction his return to Spain. And then there's growing support for the move in the capital after he skippered them to the World Cup. Of course, as well, he's linked to Real Madrid. Do you see that one getting done?
It depends, because I did see that from Perez saying that it's not something that they want to do. And I don't think Manchester City are going to let him go on the cheap. I think before the World Cup, they maybe would have negotiated a deal, but his performances in the World Cup was...
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
What a group. Atomic Kitten.
You're right, they are underrated.
Yeah, look at this song.
This was a banger when I was growing up.
Yeah.
No, this was the Bangles, wasn't it? The original was the Bangles.
Well, they must have covered it then.
You're dead right, they covered it. Go on, take it home
Bangles.
for everyone at the back.
They were good as well.
Louder! Say my name! Jesus, good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast at Shabana Hernan. Atomic Kittens.
It's my favourite group.
Yeah, favourite. Dean Saunders. Who knew?
By the way, I've been speaking to give Alan Brazil a text the other day. I didn't speak to him, I just texted him. He's getting better.
Well, he was on yesterday.
I heard he was on, yeah.
Thanks
but
for
he is
listening.
getting better. He is, he tells me the truth. He is getting better. And it's Goodwood next week. Unfortunately, we're not going to Goodwood, which we normally do on talkSPORT. But I'll be watching, and I'm sure Alan will be bang up to it.
He will be. He sounded great yesterday and he looks well. He was at a hospital appointment yesterday getting his fluid drained.
Yeah,
Sent him a text.
yeah, but he'll be back soon.
He
Don't
will
worry.
be. Oh, he's back on the 5th of August.
Good, good.
So mark that in your diary. The King of talkSPORT returns on the 5th of August. Now, following my beloved Scotland's disappointed World Cup exit, Steve Clarke has stepped down as head coach after 7 years in charge. So the question on every Scottish fan's mind, it has gone quiet, is who's going to take the hot seat next? Well, talkSPORT royalty himself, Alan Brazil, was with us yesterday and spoke up the idea of Ali McCoist getting the job.
Ali is mad on Scotland. Rangers is his first team, but when it comes to Scotland, absolutely. And Ali, look, I think he got dealt a bad hand at Rangers, what happened, and deductions and relegation and all that. Ali, anyone who hears Ali on the telly and the commentaries, and his idea of the game and what's happening and how it could change, in terms of substitutions and stuff, Ali's spot on. He's as good as anyone, if not the best on there. So as far as I'm concerned, why wouldn't he? He couldn't say no. If he said no, that'd be the headlines, you know? It wouldn't have been his tree in his garden. He's getting pelters for that, right? He's getting pelters for that. If he'd have said no to Scotland, it'd get even worse. So I'm with him, don't worry.
What is the tree in the garden chat? Did he cut down a tree or something? What's this?
It was something to do with the Planet mission.
Oh, right.
You can't cut a tree down
No,
unless
you can't do that, no. Hell
I
no.
know. Unless you plant a few more.
I don't even think you're allowed to do that.
I'm not sure Ali can fit it in. He's on everything. I bet he's doing the Commonwealth Games.
I bet you'd fit it all in his
Artistic gymnastics. He'd be commentating on that next. But he knows football, doesn't he? It's hard to disagree with it. When he's on the TV, Alan's right. And he's commentating. He understands football. It's not a full-time job, but I've done that job. It is frustrating when you haven't got the players with you. For every 3 months, they disappear. You can't get them fit. You can't get them unfit. Team spirit, you struggle in 3 or 4 days to get that right. And you get phone calls last minute. You plan things in advance. You get phone call, 5 players have pulled out the squad. It is really frustrating.
I wonder if he would. I mean, he did say to us the other day, he would never say no to his country. But what I love about Ali is how personable he is. How much he just is so good with people.
Everybody likes him.
He'll make everybody in the room feel special. He's got such a gift at doing that.
Yeah, and what are you going to do? Appoint some charlatan from France or Italy or somewhere.
Charlatan.
Some charlatan who just swallowed a laptop, coming out with ridiculous sayings to make you think he's intelligent, and you end up sacking him after 6 months. Give it to someone Scottish.
Would you give it to Scott Brown?
There's loads.
Or I'd be like Ali McCoist and Scott Brown, I think would be a nice duo. I mean, Stephen Naismith's mentioned as well, Alex Neil's mentioned.
There's loads of people who could manage Scotland with heart and soul. David Moyes. I know he's manager of Everton.
But do you walk away from a Premier League salary when he's trying to probably get them into Europe? But I mean, I would imagine though, taking the country job, it would be a different salary altogether. But maybe he wants to go home.
Timing's everything. And Scotland couldn't afford David Moyes, probably. I don't know how much they get. Probably about 8 million a year.
Fascinating. All the same, we wait and see what happens with the Scotland job. Another news, by the way, Jermaine Defoe has left his role as Woking manager after just 4 months. He says, unfortunately, circumstances have ultimately made it impossible for me to continue in this position. He's just said this in an Instagram post. He said, I'm extremely proud of the work undertaken during my time at the club and genuinely felt that we were building something special. And he's excited for his next challenge.
Well, I can imagine, because I've managed in non-league, and I can imagine him saying, right, when you get the ball, pass it to the left winger. And the ball keeps going out of play. And he's sitting there going, what's going on here? How am I going to get around this one? So I don't know, if he sat here and I talked to him, he'd probably tell me the truth why he's left. But something around that.
Yeah, got to start somewhere, I guess. Time now for a coffee break with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Real beans, real milk, real signature taste.
Sam Millard is back with us.
Morning. The people of the North are not happy, Shaban. They're not happy. They're angry, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, okay? The schedule for the Ashes next summer. Remember, next summer, no football tournament, so the Ashes in England 2027.
Women's World Cup.
The Women's World Cup.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you will be there. I meant apart from the Women's World Cup. The Ashes is going to take.
Oh, he's
the Ashes is going to take.
Sexist.
Cancel. Cancel live on air. Out you go, Sam. Out you go.
It's been nice knowing you, but you're done.
The thing with me and you, like we both knew that was the thing next summer, so it felt like I didn't need to say that, right?
Keep digging.
Do you know what I mean?
Keep digging.
Apart from that, all the focus is going to be on the Ashes in 2027, okay?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get any bigger, does it, than the Ashes? England going
Women's World Cup's bigger.
England, in cricketing terms, nothing is bigger than the Ashes. Hey, look, I personally prefer the Ashes, but everyone's got their own year. For me, it'd be the biggest thing in my summer next year. Is that okay?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fair?
Cricket, daft,
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah. So dates are out, venues are out. So we're going to start at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. We then go to Lords. Then Southampton will become the 10th UK ground to host a men's Ashes test. And then we got Edgbaston and we got the Oval. Now, what is important from here is it means the men will not play any tests in the north of England after both Old Trafford and Headingley were not selected to host matches. They are two iconic venues. Well, the reason would be is they would want to try and share it around. Now, normally, 9 times out of 10, at least one of those grounds in the north would take an Ashes test match. But here, for next summer's Ashes, they've decided to go to Nottingham, Trent Bridge, and also Southampton. And I've got to say, Dean, if you're a cricket fan and you live, the furthest north you can get to watch an Ashes test match next summer is Nottingham. To have no cricket north the Nottingham, if that's even a word, I just think that's completely bang out of order. And for all the people up north who love their cricket, are passionate about their cricket, if you go and buy a ticket, which costs a lot of money, you then got to do travel all the way down to Nottingham or Birmingham. And I just think, Shaban, it's completely wrong and completely unfair on the people in the north of England.
Yeah.
I agree, because it's massive in the north, cricket, especially in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
You know,
Yorkshire,
brought
Headingley,
up as a
two
cricketer.
hotbeds of cricket. Those two grounds, Headingley, Old Trafford, the atmospheres there are absolutely unbelievable. Iconic moments there. And I don't want to take anything away from the people of Nottingham or Southampton. But what I simply would have done is I'd have given one of those venues for this for 2027, give the other one to one of Manchester or Yorkshire. And then for the next Ashes series, just flip it around. So at least you have one test match in the north of England.
Have you spoken to Harmy? Is he?
No, I haven't, Shaban. I haven't. I haven't spoken to him, but I might do that today. But also, Shaban, we shouldn't forget as well, it's the England and Wales Cricket Board, isn't it? Now, Dean,
If we win, it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The last test match played up in your neck of the woods in Cardiff, 2015. Would you like to maybe, put a pitch forward or give a reason as to why there should be an Ashes test match once again in your neck of the woods?
Of course, yeah. I played cricket as a kid, right up until when I signed for Liverpool, and Graham Souness said, you better stop playing cricket in case you get a top edge or you get hit in the kneecap with the ball. You can't do that now. Yeah. But I played cricket right from a kid, all the way through. I bat, right? I can bowl, but not at any standard. But I can bat. And we're struggling in the football. We're struggling in the rugby. Gerwyn Price is keeping us going as a nation at the minute with the darts. So cricket's dying in Wales. That game in Cardiff, all the kids, it's like a build-up, like 3 or 4 week build-up of the game. It's important to people in Wales. And it is the England and Wales Cricket Board.
It's a fact, Shaban.
It's Matthew Maynard, Tony Cottee. We've had all sorts. Superstars.
Dealing in facts. So if you're listening, Hierarchy.
Feel your rage.
Yeah.
What part of ECB is Wales?
ECB?
The English Cricket Board. Where's the Wales bit in that?
And Wales. You left the W out.
So
the England and Wales Cricket
the
Board.
official title is the England and Wales Cricket Board.
Why didn't they call it that?
No, but people do
Why do they
shorten
keep
it down to
leaving
the
out the
ECB.
Don't be anti-Welsh.
Why are they leaving out the
So it should be
W?
the ECWB, you're saying?
Exactly.
England and Wales, yeah.
Maybe they should check that.
Please don't tell me they've eliminated the W out of that.
No.
Nobody
that's
calls
another
it
argument.
the E, C, and WB.
I can confirm it is the England and Wales Cricket Board, but when they do shorten it down, you are right, it is the ECB.
So don't take it up at me.
Get test match cricket back in Wales, Dino. I'm with you.
It's disgusting. And by the way, where's the Women's World Cup being played?
Brazil.
Speak up, Sam.
But obviously Brazil. I mean, we know that. No, it's a big for next summer. Next summer is it's the Sam and Shaban summer because you've got Shaban in Brazil covering the World Cup for
the
talkSPORT,
Copa.
and you've got me in Nottingham. So I can't wait for it.
Shaban will never forget the last 5 minutes.
No, I disagree.
She won't let you off with that.
The thing is, me and Shaban go way back. Like I know that Shaban's new for some of you people. Me and Shaban, I've known Shaban for years.
No,
we brunch.
We used to go
women
out.
like Shaban have got a long memory. Right? She'll smile at you. She'll smile at you for weeks, but she'll remember that.
No.
Sam. Sexist Sam Ellard with us this morning. So thanks.
Sexist Sam.
Sexist Sam. I was going to say.
Sam.
Look at his face. He's panicking.
Only
just love
joking,
my cricket.
Sam.
I'm just,
Only joking.
cricket.
No, you're
all
right.
the way.
And by the way, you do well for talkSPORT cricket. You and
good.
Harmy.
Well, can you please do what you did to Simon for me and Harmy?
Yeah, no, honestly, your insight coming on. You come on, I listen to it, and you give everybody a clear view of what's going on.
What are you after
And John
this
Norman.
morning?
John's
good as well.
Yeah.
He's the main man.
He's the goat. Yeah.
I'm like his
Do you
number
think
two.
Ben Stokes is going to come back?
My heart says yes, my head says no.
My man's telling me no.
Do you know what I mean? We need him back.
He's too young to retire.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame.
And too good.
Hopefully by next summer we'll have a captain and a head coach.
Get him on the cricket channel as well, Dino.
Yeah.
You could do well on that.
No, I'd have you on. I'd have you on the golf channel, but you've been officially cancelled live on air.
For sexism
Nice,
at its highest
nice
level.
working with you, Sam.
I'm going now.
Sam Ellard, we do love you though. Thank you very much.
Feelings
We'll remember that. Hull fans, listen up, because next we'll be crossing to Slovenia and speaking to your man, Liam Miller. Can we get HR on speed dial, please, Ed?
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Real beans, real milk, real signature taste.
I rate Aston Villa. I know the size and the history of the club. They're a big, passionate support. This is bonkers because I rate Emery as well. I have no idea what anyone at Aston Villa have seen in Alejandro Garnacho to think that he is perhaps a solution. I just don't understand it.
Talk to me about the player.
He's a reprehensible character. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
What was that word again?
Reprehensible, horrible, objectionable. I mean,
Google.
Hateful. There's very little to like about him. I think that he's a man who's in it for himself. I've seen nothing to suggest that he's a player that he believes he is.
He's 22.
It doesn't matter.
No, both of you chill out. You're grown men.
No, Shaban.
Hammering this poor lad.
He's not 16.
Poor lad.
No, but he's 22, and I get it. He's got all the riches in the world.
5 years at 22.
But I think it is overkill. He is
It's
a
not
good
overkill.
player.
No, it's underkill.
He's a good player.
I'm not intelligent
He's
enough.
in the Premier
I
League
can.
for a reason.
I'm not intelligent enough
He's
or
been
articulate enough
considered
to
by
do
Villa for a reason.
justice
He's
to
been in your
how
club for a
objectionable this
reason.
bloke is.
Can you ignore her?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Can you finish?
I am trying, yeah.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay, to any Villa fans, to any season ticket holder in that whole end, I tell you this is an error, a mistake, something that will haunt you. And it's a terrible, terrible statement for Aston Villa. He will disrupt your dressing room. He is not the player that people think he is. Do you know the kind of player that he is, really? He should be running the wing at Cadiz. That's the level of footballer that he is. He should be running the wing at Iber, at best. This belief that he is somehow a fantastic...
Ever fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Here we go.
Here
We're back.
Hello.
Do you know what? It's what time is it? 7:30. I've had a good laugh.
We have laughed.
Since 6 o'clock. I mean, Sam Ellard just come in there. Sexy Sam.
Sexy Sam.
Just to.
Sexy Sam single. Single because he's sexy Sam.
Can I just clear the decks there? He's a friend, but I'm not that close. Just in case I get tarnished with
Dragged
the same.
into it.
What is happening next year at the World Cup? Who's the favourites to win it, by the way, the Women's World Cup?
Probably Spain. Spain.
Still.
Make it line this is, yeah.
Still, have England got a chance?
Yeah. Well, they've
Have
still
they?
qualified, but
So the standard of the English women's national team now is as good as it was.
yeah, brilliant players. Very, very good players. But a lot of them, have retired since the side.
Yeah, a lot of the
won.
best players have gone, haven't they?
Yeah, but I mean, they've still got incredible talent. Don't panic, okay? Don't worry, we don't have to go into this yet.
I just thought I'd get that out there. So, I'm nothing to do with Sam.
Sam.
Sexy Sam.
One of the loveliest people that I've ever met is Sam Ellard. Very funny. I took that one. Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals. Score your dream car today. Check out the website for more details. Now, after 9 long years away, Hull City are officially back in the Premier League following that dramatic playoff final victory.
Hirakawa down the left-hand side, ball into the near post, comes to McBurney, off the goalkeeper and in. He rips his shirt off and runs away in celebration. Ollie McBurney may just have sent Hull to the Premier League.
Feels like it was yesterday, yeah. Ollie McBurney's 95th minute winner sent the Tigers back to the big time as they embark on their first top flight campaign since 2017. Even Ollie not been in the Scotland squad.
Unbelievable. What about Windas's goal? Dean Windass at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Windass. That you'll always be a hero in Hull for that goal. That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
And then obviously Phil Brown giving him a telling off on the pitch. So Hull are back in the big time.
Indeed.
Great. My dad played for Hull.
Did he?
My dad's first club was Hull City.
Didn't know you...
Major Frank Buckley was the manager. And when my dad signed for Hull at 14, he went to Hull and the manager took him into the town centre to buy him a pair of long trousers.
Mm-hmm.
He only had shorts. My dad never had a pair of long trousers till he was 14. Can you believe that? He lived in Salford.
Oh.
So he turned up in a pair of shorts and he said, you can't wear them into the dressing room.
And that was his first.
And he took him and bought him a pair of trousers. That was his first club. And then he went to Liverpool.
Yeah.
12 years and then went to Swansea.
Fabulous.
Met my mum, stayed there for the rest of his life.
And that's all we've got time for this morning on
there we go.
talkSPORT Breakfast.
Yeah, there we go. And who we got on? Liam Miller.
Yes, we do. Hull
good.
kick off their season with a massive clash at home to Manchester United. That's a great first game, isn't it? Against Man United.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's 22nd of August, 12:30, live and exclusive here on talkSPORT. And then after that, it's Coventry away, Aston Villa at home, Chelsea and Newcastle back to back on the road. Join us now, a key man from that promotion winning squad, fresh off representing Canada in their World Cup run to the last 16. We've got Hull City winger Liam Miller with us now. Hello, Liam. How are you?
Morning, Liam.
Good morning.
How's things going? You're out at your pre-season camp just now. How's it all going?
Yeah, really good. We got a game tomorrow, I think, our first friendly, but it's been good. The weather's been really nice here, as you can see. And we've just really been trying to kick on and trying to get some fitness back in.
Liam, obviously you've just been playing in the World Cup and you're back in pre-season already. How much time have you had off?
Yeah, so I had 2 weeks off. Once it stopped, once we got knocked out, I went back home for a little bit, went back to Canada, saw my family, saw my friends, took a bit of time with my missus. And then, I came back here. Gaffer wanted me back in for this little preseason. And, just had about 2 weeks off.
Is that enough, Liam? Do you feel rested, or are you just happy to be back into pre-season because you're going into the Premier League?
You know what? I've been doing this for, with being an international footballer, it's been on this for so long. I've just kind of got used to it at this point, having the short kind of time off. But you know what? For me, honestly, it's okay for me because I like to kind of keep going and to not kind of take too much of a time off because, I like to keep my fitness up and whatnot. And it's just easier for me this way sometimes. But no, I'm just really excited for the upcoming season, and I'm just happy to be back with the lads.
Yeah, I think it takes you probably 3 weeks to lose your fitness. 2 weeks you can go straight back into training and you feel all right. So I don't think you've lost anything there. I don't know about how you feel, but I used to think I'm missing something. I can't wait to get back with the group because we start playing pre-season games and I'm not in the starting 11. So you must be itching to get back playing.
Yeah, honestly, I was saying to my missus the other day because we were talking about before how through my injury and then obviously through the whole of the chaos of last season that I felt like I didn't really have a break for so long. And about 10 days through the break, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get back. So I know exactly how you feel. And I'm just looking forward to getting started again on Saturday and just trying to kick on for next season.
You guys were brilliant at the World Cup. I mean, tell us about that experience, being part of it with Canada, how it's changed for the fan base over there as well.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was surreal. When I was a kid, football wasn't so big in Canada. I was one of the rare few who, decided to take it on seriously. And, just to go back home this time and just to see a sea of red and just to see so many people just supporting us and cheering us on and, just see this whole country just being this big shift and movement it was honestly surreal. And it's really nice to see and hear about how many kids we've inspired for the next generation. I feel like that's the biggest thing for all of us is we just want to continue to be on this path and continue to take Canada in an upward trajectory.
And looking forward to next season, Liam, as the manager sat you all down and said, right, this is what we're expected to do. This is what I want from you. Obviously, I would have thought, I don't know, but staying up is the most important thing. And then how far you can get up the league once you've done it, like get to 35 points as quick as possible. Has he sat you down and said what the plan is?
Not yet. Maybe he did before I came in, but since I've come in, not yet. Like, I've not heard anything yet about what his plan is. Obviously, the plan is obviously to stay in the league, of course, as a newly promoted side. I think that's probably everybody's goal. But I'm sure, after a couple preseason games, after we get probably a couple more bodies in and whatever, I'm sure he'll sit us all down and give us his expectations for the season.
I take it you've seen on social media the owner of Hull City Action and the post that he put up, the tweet about the players and well, not the players, actually the nationalities that he's looking to bring in to the club. 99% hopeful that it's going to be a Japanese player coming through the door soon. Any word on that?
I've not seen anybody, to be honest. I'm sure he's obviously saying what's happening because he's obviously the owner of the club, so he knows what's going on.
Liam, you're smiling and laughing. I can. You're a liar, Liam. You can't kid her.
Listen, I've not seen anybody as of now, but I'm sure in the next couple of days, the 99% guy will probably be here. So.
Oh, okay.
I think, Liam, I right at the end of my career, I played for Bradford City in the Premier League, and we beat teams who turned up with the wrong attitude. We beat Arsenal. We beat Liverpool because they think they're just going to roll you over. I think you'll find next season the tougher games will be the ones of the teams who are down there fighting. Sometimes you play one of the top teams, and if they've got the wrong attitude, they think they're going to roll you over. You can beat them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like we need to go into every game with that mentality that we're fighting for our lives, because this is kind of what it's like. It's obviously so difficult to come up from the Championship to the Premier League. There's so much money involved, squad value, whatever you want to go off of. But, for all of us, it's about fighting for ourselves, fighting for the club and making sure that we're doing everything we can to stay in the league. So listen, when the bigger teams come to the MKM or we go there, we got to make sure that, we're on our game and we got to fight to make sure that we're doing everything we can to win that game.
Jack Butland's going to be busy, isn't he, next season? We heard from him last week on talkSPORT Breakfast. How's he getting on?
Good. He's a really good goalkeeper. I've only trained with him for the start of the week, but I've obviously seen him a lot when he was younger. Playing for Palace or even at Man United when he was younger. So I think it's great to bring in such an experienced goalkeeper. And from what I've seen in training, he's been really good. So I'm looking forward to playing with him this season.
Shame he played for Rangers, though, isn't it?
Why have you brought that into it? Liam's quite innocently coming on the radio.
It is a real shame.
And you leaving a little bit on. Celtic support.
Jack would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Listen, Liam, it's great that you're straight back into it and you've got an incredible season ahead of you. And I just wanted to ask you, because when you come out of the World Cup bubble, the amount of players who say, you're in the thick of it, there's so much press going on around you, everybody's watching you on the world stage, and then sometimes you come out of that environment and then there's a bit of a kind of come down from it. Have you spoken to any of your teammates? Is everyone in a good place?
Yeah, I mean, like the guys that I've spoke to be honest, I think we've all needed that little bit of a calm down, because it was such a historic moment for our country in terms of footballing that it was just like it was so much, so I think we all needed that little bit of time to come away and reflect on what we did, because the Morocco game, we all felt like we played really well, to be honest, in the game, and obviously we ended up losing the game, and Morocco is a great team, so it's obviously not a big deal. But I think during, like, after the game, we all felt a little bit like if we just had a little bit more. And so I think when we all came back and took that step away and just like really just appreciated what we did. I think it was just nice for everyone to kind of have that step back and just, kind of really appreciate what we did at the World Cup.
Yeah, no, you should. And then moving into the first game of the season, Manchester United, a great
What a
Berlin.
game.
Yeah, brilliant game for your first game back in the big time.
Yeah, it's a game I'm looking forward to. When I was a kid, I grew up a Man United fan when I was a kid, so it's a surreal moment for me to have that as the first game. So I can't wait for that. So I'm buzzing for that.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you very much for coming on with us this morning. Enjoy pre-season training today.
Yeah, good luck, Liam. Good luck.
Thank you. All
Good
the
luck,
best.
Liam, with what's to come. Hull City and Canada winger Liam Miller with us there.
I think what's important for Hull is, I would say now, without exaggerating, they're probably going to lose nearly 20 games next season.
That's the
Probably.
spirit.
No, before you start. So if you win 10, 12 games, you can stay up. But the disappointment every Sunday and Monday morning can't run into the next game. You know you're going to get beat in games. If you're realistic, what the manager has to emphasise to the players is, look, it's gone.
Yeah.
We could get beat 3 or 4 at Arsenal, but we can't let that affect our game on Tuesday night against Palace. We know we're going to get a punch on the chin. We've got to get back up off the floor and try and get as many victories as we can. And you can shock teams.
It's true. I mean, I'm just looking at their owner though, and this tweet that you put up with all the kind of recruitment they're trying to do. It looks like they're doing a bit of business this summer, and they're looking like they're in it to fight and survive. Hidemasa Murata, by the way, is the
Never heard of him.
Japanese player. Sport.
Is he?
Sport. Yeah.
You know,
He's,
3 different managers told me at different stages, you've got to be really careful when you sign players off the back of a Euros or World Cup, because they lift themselves up, these players. You watch them play and think, he's a player. And it's like someone's let the air out of them. You know, when they get back, the stage has gone smaller.
They do say that.
Yeah, and you got to
There's a
be
big
careful.
Psychological effect. Yeah. Good to hear from Liam there. Don't forget, game day exclusive will come from Hull's MKM Stadium on Saturday the 22nd of August. Hull City take on Manchester United 12:30. Still to come for you on Breakfast this morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more in-store or online as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Williams threads it over. Saunders goes in and scores! Oh, an incredible volley from Dean Saunders! Oh, it could have won goal of the season if it had come earlier. Saunders near post and with a volley of sublime quality.
Oh, them were the days.
Straight out the archive from 1952.
Volley. I can't get up the curb now. Honestly, my knees. It's like as if, in the middle of the night, without me knowing it, someone's come in and took my kneecaps out. I wake up in the morning. Excuse me, can I have a Voltarol sandwich, please? For lunch.
Oh, 35 years ago, our very old Dino smashed the British transfer record. Fast forward to today, Morgan Rogers' move to Chelsea cost 40 times more than Dino's fee. So we'll get Dino to rank the all-time British record transfers very, very soon. And tell us his thoughts on what the modern player is really worth. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
What do you make of the transfers? And also Madison's back. You know, maybe Kulusevski coming back as well. You got some key players back as well.
I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the team. It looks like he's got some real kind of men in. You know, like with Tonali and Robertson, people who are going to, you know, like leaders on the pitch. I think that's what we needed. You know, it seems to me like he's going for a type of side who are going to have some energy in the middle of the park. With a bit of experience and kind of like a bit. I want to see a bit more like Housery from us. Do you know, like a bit like Arsenal have done.
Yeah.
You know, a bit more like know how to win, and because we've been a soft touch, we've played some decent games, but then like we'll throw away goals and points at the end of the game.
And
So
it's time to embrace playing in that outstanding stadium.
Yeah.
Getting a home crowd on side. Don't
good stadium,
don't fear playing there like they have done for 2-3 years.
yeah,
Like embrace it and make it a fortress.
yeah, I'm happy with what.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Come on, Shaban, put your professional head on. You can't be just laughing.
I know,
There's people in the cars going to work. If you are, you're having a bit of a break from the football. We're on to transfers now.
Oh, goodness.
And the Commonwealth
David.
Games
You
is
do
coming
make
up
me
next.
giggle. You do make me giggle.
And then the Premier League starts again. So I can't wait.
There's so much to look ahead to, so much ahead. And we've had a brilliant summer of weather, haven't we? You were just telling me a fun fact that it's going to rain tonight.
I've heard a rumour while we're sleeping in bed tonight it's going to rain.
Okay.
Not during the day, and Saturday and Sunday. Which is a bit disappointing, really.
Yeah.
Because it's affecting my golf.
It really is. Listen, the Greens need it. Oh, they need it. Crying
Well, I
out
got to
for it.
say, Ealing yesterday, when I looked at the Birkdale and it was just dust, and most of the courses I've played on are burnt, the greens always get watered. But Ealing yesterday, the fairways were striped up green, and the greens are unbelievable. Have you played at Ealing?
No.
I'll take you up there.
Okay.
It's brilliant.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders with you, and it's time now to get an update on the Commonwealth Games with BYD.
Commonwealth Games update on talkSPORT with the BYD Dolphin Surf City Smart Ocean Cool 100% electric fun.
It's all underway up the road in Glasgow. talkSPORT and TNT will have you covered across both your radio and telly for all of the action in this year's Commonwealth Games. Hear every big moment, every medal and every story with extensive coverage across the Games on the talkSPORT network. This weekend, delighted to say, join us now, legend of British sport, former Paralympic swimmer, won 5 gold medals and 14 world titles. Only, of course, Ellie Simmons with us now. Ellie, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Ellie.
Good morning. Yeah, no, I'm really good. Just currently sitting here in the studio where it's all going to kick off here in TNT at 8:30. So, yeah, it's wonderful. We had the opening ceremony yesterday, and to see that at the Hydro with Sir Chris Hoy and the Royals, and then I know the lawn bowls kicked off yesterday, but the sport, and especially for me, swimming, kicks off this morning with the heat. So I'm very, very excited.
I bet you are. I mean, to be part of it, you know, in the games yourself and everything that you won and achieved, and then watching it and then commentating as well. How much of a you must be buzzing to just try and get involved again.
Oh, very much so. I think sport is just incredible, you know, and after having those many, many years of being in the water, I've got an easier job now. I could just talk about it. I don't have to actually swim up and down. I'm making it sound easy, but for these athletes, it's their life, it's their dedication, all that training, all that hard work for this moment. So yeah, it's for me, I just can go out there, I can talk about it, I can talk about the swimmers who I'm very passionate about and want to speak out and vouch for them as much as I can. And yeah, in a way, it's easy, it's fun, and I can just talk about the sport that I love.
Ellie, on the swimming, which country looks like they're going to finish top of the medals league?
Oh, Australia. You know, Australia are known for their swimming. They've got some big names. Cam McAvoy, Kyle Chalmers, not Lani Pallister. They're always really, really good. But again, England, we've got some big names too. Scotland as well. We've got the likes of Duncan Scott, he's the face of these games. What he's achieved, 13 Commonwealth medals. He's got murals all across Glasgow and Scotland, and what he's achieved last year in Paris, well, 2 years ago, sorry, in Paris in 2024. He was the most decorated Scottish athlete at an Olympics of all time. So he's definitely going to be the one to watch too. You've got him this morning in the 200 metres individual medley. So yeah, Scotland, England,
Wales, Ellie.
Wales, yes, Wales, Wales.
Ellie, you've just pushed his buttons. They are not meant
Can't
to be
forget Wales.
Yeah, I lived in Wales for 7 years
There
as
you
well,
go.
so
There you go.
I should vouch for Wales
I
all
knew
the
there was something I
time.
liked about you.
But yeah, Wales too. You've got the likes of Matt Richards as well, Olympic champion in the relay and individual medalist as well at games in the past. Hasn't yet got a medal at the Commonwealth Games, so we're going to see him in the freestyle event. So yeah, Wales all the way for swimming too.
There you go. Is that made up for you then, Dina?
Yeah.
He's got a smile on his face. Ellie.
We've Geraint Price is keeping us up.
Yeah.
We're struggling at everything else.
Ellie, big names though have been pulling out of the Commonwealth Games. Keely Hodgkinson, Dean Asher-Smith, to name a couple. It's a bit of a shame that the Commonwealths are losing such of the main athletes. Is it injuries? Is there anything else going on?
I think as well, these athletes, they've just had the Diamond League, they've got the Europeans as well. So I think these athletes, they know what they're focusing on. I know a lot of them, they compete a lot of times, but you know what, like still, even though, yes, those big names have pulled out, you've still got so many big stars to watch out for all across the different sports. So
Yeah.
I think the Commonwealth Games is that chance where it's multi-sport, you know, Glasgow have got told about hosting it late, but you know, even the para sports as well, to have that para inclusion, it's not just all about the athletes. There's so many para athletes to watch out for too. So the Commonwealth Games, it's a big sport, and it's great to be here in Glasgow and to have it here in Glasgow and just get that excitement and that buzz for the city.
Enjoy our beautiful city, Ellie. If you get some time off, pop down to Ashton Lane, okay, and have yourself a good wee time, all right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a bit rainy now at the moment,
usual.
but hopefully a bit of sun come on.
Love it. Ellie Simmons, thank you very much for coming on this morning.
Thanks, Ellie.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
A former Paralympian swimmer there, Ellie Simmons. Don't forget, you can watch every event of the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games exclusively live on TNT Sports. All HBO Max plans in UK and Ireland as well. Good luck to everyone involved. We'll keep you posted here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll cross to Jeddah and get Tony Bellew's take on the weekend's heavyweight boxing. Good morning.
Commonwealth Games update on talkSPORT with the BYD Dolphin Surf City Smart Ocean Cool 100% electric fun.
Obviously, you've got Kai Havertz, who was missing for most of last season. He's back and available and can play either as your centre forward or off your centre forward, which again shows a little bit more congestion in that kind of attacking midfield role. So I think when you zoom out, bigger picture, the squad still has enough. It has a lot of depth. But I think the reason there's a bit of nervousness around the Arsenal fan base right now is because we see an opportunity. We win the league for the first time in 22 years. Manchester City have lost Pep Guardiola. He's moved on. Maresca's a great coach, but is he Pep Guardiola? I'm not sure he is. In fact, I'm certain he's not. You look at Liverpool, you know, new coach starting the project again. Chelsea under Alonso, really good coach, but they're going to need time. Man United are not quite there yet. There's an opportunity for Arsenal to not just consolidate but to take another step and dominate for a period of time. And I think that's why there's a nervousness around this transfer window. Last year, it was about, can we do the business to get us over the line? We've done that. Now it's about, can we do the business
Champions League?
Yeah, to consolidate our position and to dominate. And I think that's why people are quite anxious at the minute.
See, why can't all the Arsenal fans be like Harry?
You
know, not yeah. Don't be like Piers Morgan, Joel Bayer, Troops, all these prats that ruin it for the good Arsenal fans. I love speaking to you, Harry. Proper Arsenal fan.
Good on you, Harry.
Thank you very much, mate. But listen, every Arsenal fan's got their view, and you know, we're a passionate bunch.
Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders. We're here with Arnold Clark and it's the perfect time excuse me, to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. You alright?
I'm okay.
What, let your face know?
I'm watching you being professional.
Frog in my throat this morning.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying anything. Anyway, carry on.
Coming up, is any player worth 117 million? That's how much Morgan Rogers has cost Chelsea. We'll get the thoughts of Dean, who was once the British record transfer, costing 40 times less than Rogers all the way back in 1991. I was one.
Is that how old you are?
That's the age difference, Joel, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm like,
you're too old.
I can't believe it. I think there's been a mistake on my passport. It says I'm 62.
Are you 62 now, yeah?
I can see the finishing line. Do you know what I'd take? I would take 85 now. If you said, how long can you live? I'd say, I'll take 85 now. If you give me 85.
You are obsessed with death, Dean. Like you,
I'm not.
every time I'm with you, you talk about like how much longer you think you've got left.
Well, yeah, but
So you dream about it?
You do. No, you do start thinking when your teammates are passing away, and you know legends like Kevin Keegan. You're still thinking, I'm in the queue here. I hope I can get to 85. My dad was 77. My mum's still alive. She's listening now.
So young, isn't it? Your mum's listening?
86, yeah. My mum always listens. Come on, Eileen. Eileen.
Is it?
Yeah, she's listening.
Morning, Eileen.
She puts it on. She goes, brilliant on the radio, Dean.
Does she love you?
She's the only one that says that.
Biggest fan.
Thanks. I said
That's
thanks.
good. Well, if your mum's still listening to you, that's
Who's your best friend in the world? Your
My
mum.
mum.
For everyone.
She's amazing.
Your mum's your best friend.
Mm-hmm. If I needed anything or any advice now about anything ever, Mum. We're very
Is it?
lucky. We're very lucky we've got that, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I do believe that your mum is your best friend. So if you're falling out with your mum, make friends.
Okay.
Tomorrow, because you've only got one mum.
What about today? We could do it today.
And then ask her advice tomorrow. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Come
it's
on.
Bonkers. Good morning, Eileen, though. I do love your son. He gives me a giggle. Looking ahead to this weekend, shall we? Anthony Joshua's comeback starts as he faces Christian Pringa. We can look ahead to the big fight now with DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Anthony Joshua's comeback starts this Saturday as he faces Christian Pringa. Watch only on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Yeah, it's a huge weekend in the sport of boxing. Tyson Fury fighting in Thailand before tomorrow night. AJ gets back in the ring out in Jeddah. We'll cross over there now, where talkSPORT's fight pundit Spencer Oliver is with former cruiserweight world champion Tony Bellew. Morning.
Thank you, Shaban. Thank you, Dean. I am here with Tony Bellew. Tony, firstly, how are you, mate?
I'm okay, champ. I'm doing all right. You know what? I think this platform now is being said it's the biggest about for the news, and I think I might have been not correct in saying it wasn't. I think it actually might be now one of the biggest. Well, it's obviously second biggest only to DAZN, but it's a big platform. It's well done. You've all grown it really, really well. So fair play to all of you, from yourselves to Jim. To Simon Jordan, you're doing a great job. Well done.
I did see that interview that you done actually saying that talkSPORT wasn't as big as Sky Sports News. I thought, what's happened to him? Is it the sun? What's going on with him, mate?
I still don't think nothing's as big as Sky, because everywhere you go, it's just on the telly, isn't it? When you walk into a pub, and I don't go to very many pubs, but anywhere you go, it just seems that Sky Sports News is on. But I just think news is taken on board now in so many different ways, and social media wise, you guys have capitalised on that little gap in the market, and fair play to you. You have done absolutely brilliant. I can't say anything else but good things.
Well, listen, since this has gone visual as well, mate, we're on all the pubs and clubs and wherever else.
I always did say you had the best face for radio, to be honest, Spence. You know what I mean? It's I don't know why you've gone so visual, but you're doing okay, champ.
That is a true saying, and that's why I've asked to do this interview with you. But anyway, look, let's kick on. Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, you know better than most. You're good friends with Anthony. You know him personally. What a tough time, and how inspirational, Tony, this is. Him coming back only 6 months after that tragic accident he had.
Yeah, listen, it's very hard, and I get it. When I fought over there in the rematch, I hadn't long lost my brother, and yeah, it's very, very hard. But boxing's the only thing that gives you clarity, peace of mind. Every time he's in the gym, it's the only time he's not thinking about what he's been through. And that's what I can only speak from that personally. For me, when I was in camp for the David A rematch, I cried myself to sleep every night in that hotel in the Holiday Inn Express in Rotherham. Every night cried myself to sleep, but every time I went that gym in the morning, it was the only time I didn't think about him. Every time I was in that gym, I was focused fully on David and fully on the training and the game plan, and working myself to the absolute core. I worked everything I could, and in them months, I can't explain to you how damaging grief is, but as I said, it gave me another lease of life, just going in the gym and forgetting about everything and just working, and I'm assuming it's the same for him.
Yeah, look, you know, he had the physical scars. He said that took 3 months or so to overcome, and then there's obviously the mental scars, and as you know better than anyone, you know, boxing is a mental battle anyway. He has to deal with those demons, and he'll have to deal with those demons on Saturday night, because he probably won't even know until Saturday night, until he makes that ring entrance, whether those demons come back. And that's the interest in this fight.
Of course, and like I said, we've seen fighters before who are going through things, and it can all unfold on a ring walk. We've seen it with Oliver McCall against Lennox Lewis many years ago, and we don't wish that on anybody. That's not going to be, good to them, nobody. So Anthony Joshua is the perfect professional, lives the perfect life, the clean lifestyle. Athletically is probably the best specimen the heavyweight division's seen in 20 years. As an athletic specimen, we've just got to figure out now where he's at mentally. And I think where he's at mentally is it's going to be a seek and destroy kind of fight.
You've been around him this week. You spoke to him. Since
not this week yet.
No, but you spoke to him since the accident.
Yes.
Where do you feel that he is mentally?
I think he's just so focused and driven on boxing and fighting. And when I speak to him and see him, it's like his goal is to regain the heavyweight championship of the world, and that's all as he's thinking about. I think he's put the feelings and emotions that he's going through, that's to the side. He doesn't want to speak about it, doesn't want to talk about it, and that's his decision. Everybody's different, Spencer. Like I said, I didn't speak to people. I cried myself to sleep at night, as I've said. But that's everybody's different. And for some people, it's right to speak to other people. And as men, we should be speaking more. But that's not the same for everybody. Some men are going to deal with it in their own way. We don't know what he's going through when he puts his head down on the pillow at night. We don't know what he's feeling. And that whatever works for him, that's the right thing to do. So I just think he looks in phenomenal shape, as he always does. And I think this fight's happening basically because the team need to see where he's at. I don't think this fight tells us anything about Anthony Joshua, how good he is or where he's at. It just tells his new team, the U6 stable, of where his man's at.
And I was going to say, the first step to that world title, to recapturing the world title, is Christian Prenga on Saturday night. Record looks great, 20 wins, 1 loss, 20 KOs. But never competed at that level. But it is, like you say, it's the challenge, isn't it, of what he's got to go through mentally as well, that mental warfare.
Listen, I've watched Christian Prenga. The best way to describe Christian Prenga, I think he's a poor man's Ajit Caballero. I think he's predictable. He can definitely punch. He attacks the body really well. But a poor man's Caballero is the best description I could give of him, because he telegraphs an awful lot, which Caballero doesn't do. He tries to move around and bounce around, but he's pretty much, he's slow on the feet, but he is still moving. But one thing you cannot take away from Christian Prenga is he can punch. He's got power in that right hand, and I've seen him make a couple of opponents quit with body shots. So I'm struggling to get any footage of the loss. I haven't seen the loss absolutely anyway, so I don't know how he lost or what he'd done, but let's be brutally and totally honest here, he's fought nobody on the level of Anthony Joshua, and in one of the fights that I've seen him win by knockout, by stopping him with body shots, he got rocked himself, and the guy was basically a tub.
So, just give us a final prediction on who you think is going to win that fight.
Listen, nobody can look past Anthony Joshua. Christian Prenga's tasted defeat already in his career against far lesser opposition than Anthony Joshua. But this is the heavyweight division. We all tune in because we know anything can happen. If Christian Prenga was to defeat Anthony Joshua, it wouldn't be as big a shock as Buster Douglas defeating Mike Tyson, would it? So you can never write heavyweights off. And for that reason, I'll be going with an Anthony Joshua knockout, and I'm going to go Christian Prenga doesn't see round 3.
Well, guys, there's the thoughts of Tony Bellew in the big fight Saturday night. Back to you.
Oh, lovely. Spencer and Tony Bellew, thank you very much for your time this morning. You going for an AJ win? Knocking Prenga out?
I honestly think they're not. These people are businessmen. They're really clever. They wouldn't put the big fight at risk. I think both men will knock out their opponents within 5 rounds.
Well, there's this chat that Fury's going to get on a flight or a private jet and fly in for the AJ fight against Prenga, and it's going to be announced in the ring, the date, after AJ wins tomorrow night.
Razzmatazz, isn't it? He'll be shouting. Tyson will be shouting into the ring, I'm going to do you, Anthony.
Yeah.
It's all part of the build-up, isn't it?
I did very much so enjoy him calling Simon Jordan a sausage. That was funny. You sausage!
Little sausage.
You little sausage.
That's different to sausage.
It's
when you
true.
get called a little sausage, that hurts.
That's a real blow.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing worse than being a little sausage.
You'd know. That was a look ahead to AJ versus Prenga with DAZN. Join DAZN Unlimited now. DAZN Ultimate now for 185 plus fight nights and 12 plus pay-per-views every year, including Joshua Prenga, all at no extra cost. And you can buy it now at dazn.com.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. This Saturday, it's danger before destiny for Anthony Joshua. Joshua versus Prenga, live exclusively on DAZN.
By the way, the latest episode of The Transfer Insider sees Ollie Klink and Jacob Hawley discuss whether Newcastle captain Bruno Guimaraes will become an Arsenal player, with the Gunners increasing their efforts to sign him. They also ask whether Elliot Anderson will be a success at Man City following the official confirmation of his move from Forest. talkSPORT's transfer reporter Ben Jacobs will give us the latest of Chelsea's move for Crystal Palace defender Maxence Lacroix as well. More on that coming up on the Transfer Insiders today and the talkSPORT podcast section there on the podcast app. The talkSPORT app, sorry, go to the podcast section and you can get it there. Coming up for you next, it's the return of Pearl and Dino. Good morning, you little sausages. What?
Simon Jordan, you little no wonder you lost 100 million. Wrong business, you little sausage.
I'd separate what happened in the World Cup from my club. So if he wants to stay, I'd keep him. He's a really good player. He plays well for us. Really don't like what he did in the World Cup. If he wants to stay, keep him. If he wants to go, like any player that wants to go, let him go. But I would, 100%. We need experienced players with a new manager. We need continuity. So do I like what he did? No. Do I think he's going to get loads of stick wherever he goes? Maybe some at Stamford Bridge? Yes. But if he wants to stay, get your head down and play for us. That's what I think.
And how do you feel about, obviously, Alonso coming in as manager? Couple of signings so far. You get John Stones in the building. You feel good about things for this season?
I feel that after 4 years or 4.5 years of trial and error by American owners, that at last they're appointing a manager, not a coach. The only thing I would say is that we need to bring in some experience. We bring in someone like John Stones with the experience he's got on a free. And also we don't need I hate to say it, but fairly average sporting directors. We need a couple of really good quality sporting directors. But Morgan Rogers, really exciting to get Alonso. And at last we've got a manager, not a coach. So I'm looking forward to this season.
Where does Morgan Rogers play in the 11?
I think he's been told he's going to play off the left.
Is he?
I believe so.
Okay.
Interesting to see how that works with Cole Palmer. But if you listen to what Morgan Rogers said yesterday, Cole Palmer was constantly on the phone.
They're close.
Leading with him to sign.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Grip the moment like you're gripping the earth. Feel a weight and you're feeling the girth. Now you get it, now you're feeling your worth. Fitness how you used to make when everything used to hurt. It goes. No time.
Oh, don't start me on that. Does anybody know what that noise is?
Have you not seen the movie?
What do you mean, have I not seen it?
Have you seen it?
I've got to preview the film Apex in about 2 minutes.
I do like him, Taron Egerton, I do like him, and he's a proper psycho in this.
What's his name?
Taron Egerton.
Taron.
Or Egerton.
Is it Taron?
Taron
Egerton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
brilliant.
that not what I said? Did I say
Brilliant.
Targon?
Brilliant.
It's a Game of Thrones guy, isn't it?
Yeah, the last time I nearly got sacked the last time. I
God.
previewed a film, Saltburn. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
The shower at the bath scene. Mm.
They made me try and preview it. How'd you...
Did you watch Saltburn through, or did you just watch the highlights? Because it was a good film.
No, I watched it all the way through, and there was a part in it which is really vital because the bloke's a weirdo. And I had to describe...
I know.
He walked in the graveyard. Imagine what he was trying to do to the grave. And I said, the best way to describe it is 50 Shades of Grave Digging. It never got dumped. So, and I'm still here. So it's all right.
Never changed, Dean. Yeah, it's talkSPORT Breakfast. Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders with you this morning. We have laughed. Welcome along to the show. Go by the Chemical Brothers there. The song went viral earlier on this year because of the Netflix movie Apex with Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton, as we were saying. Dean has finally caught up with the movie. So last night, he's ready to review it for us, all thanks to Pearl and Dina.
Oh, goodness. Good. Well, there's a bit of an art to sort of talking through this film without spoiling it for people.
A movie reviewer.
A review without telling people the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
So, but I'm going to have to probably just try my best. So Apex, if you haven't watched it...
Spoiler alert.
I've got to tell you, you've got to watch it.
Okay, so you liked it?
Brilliant.
Great, okay.
Yeah, it's about... So the film's about a woman, husband and wife, and they go climbing. They're both climbers. You know them ridiculous mountains where there's no way you can get up there?
Yellowstone
National
Park and stuff, but it's cliffs everywhere.
Cliffs, right? So they put the tent on the side of the mountain. You know when you sleep?
It's a daft idea.
Well, you're thinking, I couldn't sleep there, right on the edge of the... Anyway, they're in there, and he reveals to his wife, while they're doing it, this is the last one. I'm coming on, by the way. She's devastated. He goes, well, I'm not doing it anymore. As you can imagine, the next day they start climbing to the peak.
Oh, no.
He slips, and he's brown bread. Right? He's gone. So she's now on her own and decides, because of the grief losing her husband, she's going to go on her own. So she goes to this, in Australia, the scenery is unbelievable, by the way. It's worth watching just to look at the scenery. She goes on her own, thinking she's just going to go hiking on her own, and it turns into the worst case of escape rooms you've ever seen.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you got Charlize Theron, who plays the lady.
Yeah, very famous actress.
Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah.
Theron, yeah. And you've got Taron Egerton, who's playing this absolute raving psychopath that sent shivers through my spine. Give me the noise, Shaban. That noise.
That's just my normal voice as well.
He's doing that noise, and it's like goes through you like a knife. And I've got so I think to myself, she goes in a petrol station, and some of these bikers start trying to be clever with her, and this lad steps in, and it's nicest man in the world, turns into the best stalker in world stalking championships. And he stalks her all the way round, and she's getting... And you're like this, don't go down there. You know that one? Don't go down there. He's behind you. And he lets her... He's playing a game. Yeah. Cat and mouse. And every now and again, when she thinks she's got away from him, give me the noise. That noise, and you think, oh, eventually... You know what's going to happen eventually. They get together.
They get together?
He catches her.
Oh, I thought you meant he got
right?
her. Like he
No, he was trying to.
Oh.
But it was his sick way of letting her run away from him, and he was trying to catch her. Yeah. And you're thinking, oh no, and she gets away, and she's doing unbelievable tasks like rapid riding to get away from him, and he keeps popping up as if he knows where she is. He knows the land. And he's shouting that noise. He's doing that noise again. Do it properly. You're ruining the review. And then that noise comes again. She's imagine she's terrified. And eventually he catches her. And in the end, she ends up killing him.
Oh.
So I don't want to spoil the film. But she ends up killing him. So if you watch it tomorrow.
Now we know.
Do you know, even though I've ruined it, it's the best film I've watched in years. And you've got to watch it. And that noise has gone viral.
I forgot all about Coral. You've swept me away so much from the
Coral what?
The actual show.
Coral what? Anyway, so that's a review. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And I advise anybody to go and watch it. If you're over 18.
Okay, good to know. And by the way, I'm a bit weird that I like to know what happens in the movie before I watch it. So you've sold it to me. Yeah.
He is, honestly, he's your worst nightmare.
Time now for...
There's people like him in real world.
Oh, God. Time now to actually get the odds with the people who pay our wages, Coral and Dave Stevens.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Celebrating 100 years of rewarding the fans. We're here for glorious Goodwood. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Dave, it was worth the wait, wasn't
Dave
it?
Stevens.
Shaban, Dino, we've missed you.
I know.
The way you succinctly sum things up and move on to the next topic is absolutely wonderful. It's a great show this morning. Jay, I know you're calling it Fun Friday. I've just got a bone to pick with DJ Ed. Anyone that was listening about an hour ago, why did he play Atomic Kitten's cover of Eternal Flame?
Well, because...
And not the brilliant Bangles original version.
Well,
Come on,
Dave,
DJ
Dave
Ed.
Stevens,
Get a
your
grip.
wife is going to absolutely slaughter you. Your wife's a Scouser, and I guarantee you, Atomic Kitten, she's the biggest fan.
Yeah, she's a bigger Kylie Minogue fan, but she's on an aeroplane, so I know she's not listening.
There you go.
But actually, that isn't the real reason. The real reason I mentioned an hour ago is I was tuned in at 9 o'clock yesterday, Shaban, when you interviewed Big Al. And I was in my car, so I wasn't watching, but I was listening, and he was sounding brilliant.
He does.
So hopefully he's back week after next. Now, we are going to miss him down at Goodwood next week, obviously. But it's a brilliant 5 days down at there, obviously, that we'll cover off in depth next week. But it's a huge week of racing, kicking off at Ascot today. And tomorrow, the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes. This is an absolute belter, Dino. I know you love your racing. 3:35 tomorrow. Calandagan, last year's winner, the favourite for France. We've got 2 Japanese horses, Masquerade Ball and Württemberg. We've got Goliath, the winner 2 years ago, another one from France. We've got Benvenuto Cellini and Mini Hawk from Aidan O'Brien's yard. And we've got Kalpana, the mare, leading the home challenge. So if you're doing anything tomorrow, Dino, 3:35, tune into the King George. And then obviously a big 5 days down at Ascot Goodwood next week.
Yeah, Steve or Goodwood next week. Who's going to be the superstar of that? I mean, it's my favourite event. I prefer it than Cheltenham.
Dino, you are more than welcome to come down.
Thanks very much. That's where I was heading for. Thanks very much, Dave. Took you 5 minutes.
And if you come on the Wednesday, actually, it's the Visit Catos Sussex Stakes. This is the biggie. This is Bo Echo, the Guineas winner, versus Gestad, who he's beaten twice this season. Bo Echo has. They go at it again in what could be a terrific duel on the Downs. So, yeah, you are welcome anytime. And Shaban, likewise for you. Well,
that would be lovely. Thank you.
There we go. Moving on to the boxing, Steve-O. What have you got? Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua?
Well, look, they both fight this weekend. They're both 50-1 Tyson, 25-1 on AJ. But I suppose it's all about, Shaban, are we finally, probably 10 years past, where we wanted to see them, but are we going to see AJ versus Tyson Fury at some point this year? Let's hope they both come through this weekend. And we make Tyson Fury, if they do meet, 7-4 on favourite, 6-4 AJ. Dino, I know you love your boxing. Does that feel right? Would you still have Tyson as favourite if he faces AJ?
Well, depends on what shape they're in after this. But I think they're both going to win these fights really easily, and then it's going to be the one we've been waiting for a long time. And then
I said it's probably 10 years later than we wanted it. But would you still be excited to watch this fight if it happened?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. We're all saying, it's just too late. It should have been 5 years ago. It should have been 10 years ago. We'll all still watch it anyway. So,
but they both passed their best
together, haven't they? Exactly. And look, Dino, we can't have you on without mentioning the man who you say is keeping Welsh sport going at the moment. Although Sean Bowen, the champion jockey's been on to say, don't forget me,
Sorry,
Dino.
Sean. Sorry, Sean. He is a legend.
Thank you.
And his brother.
And James and brother Mickey. 2-1 on Gerwyn Price to beat Ross Smith today. You excited about that in a world match play,
Come
Dino?
on, Gerwyn, honestly, what a player. Johnny Clayton as well.
You're probably Wales' third best darts player, aren't you? Given your record.
He plays cricket, football, golf, darts. He can do it all.
I have got 3.
Can you swim?
talkSPORT Dart Championships in my bag. 3.
Can you swim, though?
Of course I can swim.
Just wondering.
Commonwealth Games coming up. I'm not giving up hope yet.
Dave, as ever, thank you. Sorry we ate into your time there with
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Lovely stuff.
Cheers.
Dave Stevens, that was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18 plus speed, gambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with the Coral Rewards Shaker. With 100k of free bets available online this Tuesday and Friday. We're here for glorious Goodwood. 18 plus, max 1 reward per day. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
Let's just say something about Tottenham here. It's a big conversation because obviously it's about trophy wins, European Cups, all of those sort of things come into it. But in the modern world, it also comes down to support base. Money is so much involved. And Spurs are a big club, full stop. Of course, we're above someone like West Ham. We have got more support.
He had you above West Ham.
Globally. Well, I know, but he was almost fighting with that. You could also look at a support point of view globally. We would make Chelsea look tiny. They have had more recent success. Facts, have had more success. But we also got to think about Tottenham history. First team to do a domestic double. First team to win the European Cup. We have history that can't be ignored in the same way that like Aston Villa.
Without being pedantic, people will be shouting at the radio, European Cup, not the European Cup.
A European Cup, yes, apologies.
That's all right.
And so I think that history is important, it really, really is. And I don't want to sound like I'm banging on about the past. We know what we've been. I'm a realistic Tottenham fan, I've seen it. Arsenal are a big club. Hate saying it, they're a big club. Bigger than us. I've got to say that as well, and that's going to upset people.
Rich, could you do me a favour then? You rate them 1 to 4 first.
It'll have to be Arsenal.
Okay.
Gives me the up, but there you go.
Then who?
And you're not. It's controversial. I'm going to put us above Chelsea and then West Ham at the bottom.
You think Spurs are bigger than Chelsea?
As a club, as a supporting club, and all into.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders, 25 to 9. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. Hope Dean didn't spoil your weekend if you were planning to watch Apex.
Well, I left the best bit out. Say the worst bit, not the best bit. Because it's 8:30 and I didn't want to spoil everyone's breakfast. But I left the bit out, which I think the producers told me to say it. the psycho that's following around, the psychopath.
He sounds like a
He's
nice
killed
guy.
other people.
Oh no!
And he's hung them up in the forest, and he's having a human brunch for breakfast. Honestly, they show it. He's eating people, cannibal. Just to add a bit, just so you know what you're dealing with if he starts chasing you. Man, he's not going to just kill you. He's going to eat you as well. Psychopath. Anyway, I left that bit out.
So he plays a good part then, because I think he's a great
brilliant.
actor. Is he freaks
It's
you out?
brilliant, yeah, because it's convincing. Like, and you're actually thinking, there's people like that about.
Surely not like that.
There is. There is. Absolute psychopath. Playing a game with himself. Cat and mouse, chasing around the forest.
You ever watched your
But
cat?
hanging him up, eating him. He's not the first one he's chased.
Mm-hmm. He does that for fun.
That's his hobby.
His job.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like he's doing well at it. Apart from when she got him in the end.
She got him in the end. It took a bit to kill him, mind the way. He died harder. Not die hard, die harder, die even harder, Bruce Willis. Die as hard as you can. He got proper killed in the end. Anyway, moving on.
Imagine going to the cinema with Dean. We should do watch-alongs for Pearl and Dean, where he watches a movie and then...
I find it hard to sit down now and watch a film, do you?
No, I love watching
I can't
movies.
concentrate for that long.
I used to love going to the pictures. I loved it when I was young.
Yeah.
The cinema, whatever you
You
call it.
need a mortgage now to go and watch the film.
I know. You take the kids, and it's too loud for a start. Right, it's far too loud. My son can't. He's got autism, so he struggles, right?
Puts his earphones on, does he?
Actually, your seat's rattling,
Yeah.
and the popcorn's about a tenner.
Yeah. It's like
Remember when I was young, we used
$5 a drink.
to get to take in.
They
You
should,
go to, like,
they should do days for people,
They do.
children with
They-
autism.
they do.
should. Do they do special days
They
where they
do.
can go in and?
They do.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's becoming more awareness now. Is becoming more in it. And
It's so loud though, isn't it? Or is it just
not
me?
that loud.
Cinema is too loud these days.
well, no, when you're in the cinema and you sat there, like you'd be saying it's too quiet if it was too quiet.
Oh, shut up.
But that's the last film I watched anyway.
There you go. I enjoyed that though. I enjoyed your Apex review all the same. Before we talk about record transfers, we have to touch on a dismal result for Hibs in the Conference League last night, beaten 2-0 in their second qualifying round against Kosovan side Milashiva. It follows Hearts' 4-0 defeat in the Champions League to Strumgratz on Tuesday, but Motherwell did win their Conference League first leg against the Faroe Islands opposition as well. So good on them. But yeah, we talk about Rangers and Celtic in the Champions League and Europe and the records that we've got there, and it's not good enough. So I think when you look at Hearts and Motherwell and Hibs going in, it's just going to be tough.
Did you see the crowd at Strumgratz, by the way? Hearts got beat 4-0, didn't they?
Yeah.
Strumgratz. The crowd was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Okay, let's talk about the crazy money that's been spent this summer. The British transfer record hasn't just been broken this window, it's been completely shattered twice. First, Manchester City splashed 116 million on Elliot Anderson, only for Chelsea to go one better by dropping 117 million on Morgan Rogers. 35 years ago, our Dean Saunders held the British transfer record when he moved for 2.9 million. But here are all the top 10 all-time Premier League signings. We've got them here for you. Dean, did you, I mean, it's gone out of control at the moment, but if clubs are going to keep spending it, then it's just going to keep going in this direction. But
Well, for the man on the street, you can't get your head around the figures. It's just like Monopoly money now. It's got ridiculous. But basically, if you want to understand what's going on, in 1992, the TV rights were 44 million. So it got shared out. Premier League TV rights around the world, 44 million quid. So the average top wage then would have been 500 grand a year, 10 grand a week, probably. And imagine a cake. So you've got a birthday cake and you cut the cake in half. The players get half the cake. So 22 million of that money roughly goes to the players, and then the rest of the agents, the rest of the clubs and whatever. But the players would get half the cake. Now the cake, 6 billion, the TV rights. The cake's as big as London, and the players get half the cake still. So that's what's happened. There's more money going in the pot from the TV rights. And if they put more money in again, the wages will go up again.
Yeah.
So that's why the players are getting the wages they're getting, because they get half the cake. And obviously teams staying in the Premier League, 165 million. So they're fighting to get the best team on the pitch to give them the best chance of staying in the league. So they end up paying out the wages to get the best players. Wolves got relegated last year. I think every player in their team played for the country. No, so they've all the best players are here. In the, well, say all of them, most of the best players. But basically, that's what it is. The TV rights are 6 billion when they were 44 million in 1992.
Do you think there's an added pressure on these guys now because the numbers are so high? I mean, remember when Grealish went to Manchester City and they were talking about the price tag on him, and then maybe the performances didn't so much match the fee, and that's not his problem. He didn't put that fee on his back, did he?
Same thing when I signed for Liverpool as a British record. I realised I've got to produce here. I'm getting paid a lot of money. The club have put a lot of faith in me. I've got to produce. So the transfer record there was 2.9 million, and now it's 118 million. And his salary will probably be 400 grand a week, whereas mine was probably 10, which is a lot anyway.
Be minted now, wouldn't you?
Well, I don't lose any sleep about it, but I got an outside feeling that I wouldn't be here this morning when it's sunny outside. Well, I'm not sure. You know, I might do it for fun, but. I certainly, if I was on 400 grand a week, I'd buy my own golf course. I'd buy 3 JCBs and I'd cut all the best holes in the world into my golf course.
Right.
So I'd have a golf course with all the best holes from all the other courses, and I'd do it myself.
Who would you pay to come and play with you, to play around
Hey.
with you? Yeah, because you've got all the money, right? You could pay for anyone to come and have around with you. Who would you pay?
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's fair.
Only because I've talked to other golfers who say when they walk down the range, they can hear him hitting the ball. It's a different sound. It's like a gun going off when he hits the ball.
Wow. That'd be nice to hear, wouldn't it?
And while he can still play.
Yeah, true.
Hopefully he's back, by the way. He must be getting fit now.
Must be. Is any player worth over 100 million? Like any player?
Well, that's why I explained there. It's not their fault.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
The players get half a cake, a birthday cake, right? Cut it in half, and that's 6 billion. That cake's worth.
What kind of cake is it? Chocolate, vanilla?
It's a birthday cake.
Yeah, but what flavour is the cake?
Well, you're ruining it, Shaban. It's just a cake, right? Call it a
chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake,
Yeah,
right?
thanks.
Chocolate cake. So the players get half that cake, and that cake would be 3 billion because it's 6 billion. The clubs get the rest, but the wages are 3 billion shared out. So when people are paying 118 million for a player, they're going to have to give him 400 grand a week.
Yeah.
It's not the player's fault.
No.
But you do feel like you've got a detached house on your back playing. It took me 3 games to score, by the way. I was like in bed thinking, they can replace you as well quite easily, which eventually they
Well, that's
did.
the thing. You look at Isak's numbers, and then of course he got the injury as well when he got to Liverpool after all the drama, you know, with trying to get out of Newcastle.
Do you know what's come with it though? I would imagine you're on 400 grand a week. You can make another 400 grand a week on adverts because the game's that high profile.
Elliot Anderson, by the way, like this guy. I mean, he's a man I would say a few words, but he seems like a really together nice guy. He's been speaking for the first time since sealing his big money move to Manchester City, and he revealed why he chose the Etihad when speaking to mancity.com yesterday.
I think just the winners, you know, the relentless, and that's the sort of team I want to be a part of, is champions and people who win trophies. And yeah, so as I say, over the last 10, 12 years, it's they've dominated, so that's why I wanted to join.
Elliot Anderson there. Yeah.
Well, what are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
You laughing at Elliot Anderson's interview?
No, you.
Because he was a bit quiet.
No, I'm looking at you because you just laughed.
I thought, I heard you say you wouldn't want to go on holidays with him. It's not his fault, by the way. They are, because they are trained now when they're interviewed, and they can't say anything. You know, like we can't say anything.
Well, you've said a few things this morning to be
players can. There's nothing in it for them.
They can't really
Why should I
reveal
do
their-
the interview?
Can't really reveal their personality anymore. You know, it's just very media structured.
Yeah, do you know who I think's the best? Well, obviously,
Haaland, he's good crack.
he's funny.
Yeah.
I think James Maddison's
Yeah,
funny.
he seems good.
Who's the other one who'd say was funny?
John McGinn, when he's
John
doing
McGinn's
Villa Press,
good.
he's good
yeah,
fun, yeah.
and they speak in like they seem like Jack Grealish is good.
Jack's got chat. Hmm?
Yeah, they sort of like you can sort of see through what they really like. You know when they're being interviewed.
And I get that. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so many cameras on them now. They are footballers. They're not there to entertain anyone in terms of doing media interviews.
Do you know what
kind
I'd
of
say
thing,
to him?
but well done.
Smile, lads.
Tim.
Just keep smiling.
Yeah. Incredible summer for him, though. And he's been through a hard time as well. So good to see him getting that big move to Manchester City. Good luck to Elliot Anderson. Still to come for you in breakfast this morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Oh, you've been on another level today, sir.
No, do you know what I would say?
No.
I remember, right, Ron Atkinson throwing a cup of tea over me at half time. Oldham, honestly. He meant to throw it into the floor because he's rigged. and the tea's gone in my face, and at Oldham, right? Boiling hot tea. And I was nearly crying. I couldn't believe he'd thrown a cup. He didn't mean it. So we went out on the pitch and he started to feel guilty just before we walked out. He's going, well, you can sulk or you can go out there and prove me wrong. You can sulk. And he kept saying it. And I was going like, you know, I was thinking, you idiot, chucking tea over me. And we kicked off and I scored from the kick-off.
There you go.
Right? Diving header. He comes on the pitch, Ron, with his thumbs up as trying to claim the tea.
Was his doing?
And I mouthed, can you imagine what I mouthed to him?
Yeah.
Back. I was going, right? About 4 times I said it. There weren't 6 cameras on my face then.
Yeah.
Now, playing now, if I'd done that, they'd zoom in with the lip readers and they'd get me from all angles. I'd be banned for life.
You would be. Oh, that's funny. Can somebody get me a hot cup of tea, please? You listen to talkSPORT Breakfast. The Commonwealth Games underway. A man who says he could get a medal in any event with just 1 month's training is this fella next to me, Dean Saunders. He will give you the lowdown on what he'll be watching this summer at the Commonwealth Games. Hopefully it's a bit more insightful than Ray Parlour.
I think it's a good bit of fitness work, judo. I think you're moving, you've got to be proper. You know, you can be outstretched and all that sort of stuff. And it's a decent sport. Don't get me wrong, I've never done it.
Oh,
Ray, brilliant, Ray.
June. Oh, God, Ray, I love you so much.
There's a man, Ray. He's always been Ray, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Right the way through his career.
Just Ray.
The Romford Pele.
Do you
He's
know
brilliant.
what? He's probably heading out to tee off roundabout now. Good morning, Ray Parlour. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins. Good morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Every member of the British press has spent most of the summer before the World Cup slagging it off. You've talked about ticket prices, so let me call you out on that. Was it expensive? Yeah. Was it difficult to go to games and whatever else? 100%, but they sold out most of the games. They're all sold out.
Yeah, but my
Let me
question
finish.
to you would be,
Let me finish.
they sell out to the right people.
What do you mean the right people? Whoa. What does that mean?
Well, I thought
That's a very dangerous comment. The right people.
I thought the atmosphere was a little bit diluted because you didn't necessarily have genuine football fans. You had tourists.
Okay, are we now quantifying when you buy a sports ticket, you have to qualify as a fan?
Well, I think
To
it's
watch?
unfair if you're pricing out
I'm not
genuine fans.
Hang on, I'm not a chess fan, but I might go to a chess event one day. Does it mean I can't go because I'm not a chess fan by nature? I mean, that's a ridiculous comment you've just made. that
Not really. There were
only football fans are allowed to go to the
I
World
know
Cup.
a lot of England fans who.
You're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
Are you telling me everyone that goes there, half of Old
No, of
Trafford
course
on
not.
a match day?
Of course not.
Are die-hard Man United
Of course not.
fans? Tottenham.
But I know a lot of England fans who are in the England
Of
Travel
course, they
Club.
couldn't
They've got
afford to
their
go.
caps.
I get it.
And they had to make a financial decision not to attend this World
understand.
Cup.
Lots of
Is that right?
There's lots of things in my life I couldn't afford, or can't afford at various times.
Oh, not anymore.
No, well, I'm fortunate enough. I worked hard enough not to be in that position. But through my 20s, I looked on.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
A very good morning to you. It's 10 to 9, Friday the 24th of July. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders with you this morning. The Commonwealth Games are underway up the road in Glasgow. When was the last time you went to Glasgow?
You're not going to like this.
You've never
what
been?
I'm about to say.
You've never been?
I recently went to Edinburgh.
Not the same, is it?
This is a big statement because I've been all around the world.
Oh, here we go.
I've not been everywhere, but I've been around the world. Edinburgh is the best city I've ever been to in my life. How about that?
Well, it was nice knowing you.
I'm not saying Glasgow's not nice, but Edinburgh is on. It's like
it is beautiful.
It's like Hogwarts. Every building you turn to, it's unbelievable. The architecture.
Yeah,
it makes you realise how was people allowed to build these blocks of flats that look horrendous, like the architecture that they're keeping at Edinburgh. Have you been there? Obviously.
Yeah, of course. Mostly on nights out when I was younger.
I think it's lovely.
Everything was a bit blurry.
Glasgow's nice, but Edinburgh's the best city I've ever been to in my life.
City you've ever been to in your life?
I couldn't believe it. Like 2 miles.
Better than London?
Yeah. Miles better than London. You actually feel safe in Edinburgh walking round. I just couldn't believe the buildings, how it looked like Hogwarts. It was like as if someone had...
It is a stunning place. The crack's better, though, along the road in Glasgow. You have a better time.
I understand that, but Graham Souness is from Edinburgh, isn't he? And he's my mate.
Okay, fine.
Like Glasgow, I've got friends in Glasgow. They're nice as well. But Edinburgh's the best place I've ever been.
There you go. People of Edinburgh, you'll be happy with that this morning. The Commonwealth Games underway in Glasgow, though. We can find out how it started with talkSPORT's athletics correspondent John Cushing, who is at the Tollcross International Swimming Centre this morning. Hi, John. How are you?
Hi, John.
It's Glasgow
Morning,
over
Dean.
Edinburgh every day, isn't it?
Absolutely. What a city Glasgow is. And after that opening ceremony last night, Shaban, the TARDIS, the Tartan, Tunstall, Tunnocks as well, the King, the Queen, the new Prime Minister. It's all about the world-class sporting action that's getting underway this morning on day one. I say world-class. We've got the bowls has already started this morning. That's the curling, if you like, of these Commonwealth Games. It's on every day, and you'll get to understand it as the tournament
Don't
and
diss
the
the
games
bowls.
continue.
Dino loves
I'm
his
not-
bowls as well, John.
I'm a bowls player.
My
I'm not
dad's a
dissing it.
bowls player.
It's the curling of these games. You will be fascinated by it. But I am, as you say, here at the swimming to see Adam Ramsey-Peaty in the men's 100-metre breaststroke heats this morning. He's going, of course, for a 5th Commonwealth Games gold medal. Duncan Scott, Stephen Clegg and Katie Shanahan hold the Scottish hopes here on day one. We've got England's Lauren Mackey starting the women's boxing in the bantamweight at 11 o'clock this morning at the SEC Centre, and Irish Olympic champion gymnast Rhys McClenaghan, who's representing Northern Ireland at these games, and England's European champion Luke Whitehouse, some of the big names as the men's team competition takes place this evening. I'm going to go along to that later on. We've got our first medal around lunchtime, we think, in the powerlifting. This is the Commonwealth Games, and it's live on talkSPORT.
I've got to ask you, a lot of athletes seem to have pulled out of the games, but I mean, I understand.
Some have.
I understand they have to peak, for their maximum, and it's like 1 week of the year maybe the training's designed to get them to peak. Football's different; you got to peak every week, different training. So is that the reason why some of the athletes have pulled out?
I think it's a really good question, Dean, because I would say to you in 2022, we had a World Athletics Championships, we had a Commonwealth Games, and we had a European Championship. Athletes did all three. I think this time there has been some delay in knowing that this was going to happen. Obviously, only 18 months ago, Glasgow stepped up and said, we'll take Australia's Commonwealth Games and we'll put it on, and we'll put it on in a better way. But yes, look, some people are not here in these reimagined games, but you've got Josh Kerr, the mile world record holder, Georgia Hunter-Bell, Ailish McColgan, Laura Muir, Jake Whiteman, Zarnell Hughes. They are all still here on the athletics track. And I mentioned some of the swimmers, Duncan Scott, Tom Dean, and I caught up with Emily Campbell yesterday, who is, of course, the double Olympic medalist for Team GB. She's the defending Team England weightlifting champion. She's a huge star. She says for her, the Commonwealth Games, she had to come here and defend it. So, look, some big names may not be here. They're going to miss out. You ask Greg Rutherford if he's happy with his Commonwealth Games gold medal, and Kelly Holmes, and Daley Thompson. It means something, and I think for some athletes, they've missed an opportunity, to be honest.
Fair enough. John, thank you very much. By the way, stick with us a little bit later on, because Dino's going to go through the sports that are going to be taking place at the
Can't wait.
Yeah.
If anybody drops out, John, I am
the balls.
I am on the bench.
I'll let Team Wales know.
I'm on the bench, ready to step in.
Yeah, you'll be good to go. John Cushion, thank you. We'll catch up
John.
later on.
Pleasure.
All the best to you. Don't forget, you can hear every big moment, every medal, every story with extensive coverage across the games on the talkSPORT network. A lot of people getting in touch in the messages this morning, enjoying your chat today.
What? Nobody mentioned
if I had a quid for every time Dean Saunders said,
what?
I could build that golf course. Or how many times you said cake.
You're going to say cannibal. I was only telling you what the film told me.
We have parked our cannibal chat for now.
Okay.
And we will move on to the next. Coming up for you in the next hour of the show, as we make your way into a nice weekend of action, of course. There's lots of boxing chat to get into because Anthony Joshua is back in the ring. He's taking on Christian Prenga this weekend out in Jeddah. And then, of course, Tyson Fury is got a fight in Thailand that only 1,500 people will get to. It's not going to be on the telly. You can't watch it anywhere. It's very limited access, but it's going to be in the Netflix show that he does at home with the Furies. Coming up next, we'll get out to Jeddah ahead of AJ's big fight. Good morning, it's talkSPORT Breakfast.
Is it going to disadvantage Arsenal that a lot of their players have gone deep into the draw? Martin Odegaard, who obviously had injury issues last season, made it all the way through to the quarterfinals. And you look at Chelsea, Cole Palmer,
they're all
fully
fresh,
presumably.
Yeah.
I think he had the summer off. Phil Foden at Manchester City.
Fernando's got half of the World Cup final on. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get your point, and it's always interesting after a major championship, a World Cup, a Euros, South American one. How are the players going to be? Are they rested? I think the same at Liverpool. Some of the players coming back has Van Dijk. I know they didn't go deep, Holland, but again, he played more minutes than anyone last year.
McAllister got to the final.
Well, McAllister suddenly looked like the player we had 2 years ago. I don't know where that version of him was last year, so it'd be nice to see that for Liverpool this year. But I think Arsenal got a big squad. I think they recruited really well last year. I think they'll recruit again this summer. It would be foolish to bet against them. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. But you've obviously got then the Champions League. You've got all the cup games. And the biggest thing for me last year is when I saw Declan Rice playing a League Cup game.
Yeah,
that was the thing, and my head fell off my shoulders. And you look at that guy. I don't think he's physically exhausted. I think he's mentally exhausted. I saw him in that third place game, and after the game, he looked someone that was he looked like a ghost.
Yeah,
I'd be giving him 2 months off.
Really, not even.
I'd be giving. I'd be giving
because they've got the Community Shield in Cardiff.
I'd be saying to him, you go away for a month. Go get a holiday with your family, and then we're going to do a month of light training, and you're not going to touch a football for a couple of months because that kid. He's not a kid. He's 27.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shabana Heron alongside Dean Saunders this Friday morning. We're here with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check it out online now. Straight in about the 4th hour, Dean. That was quick.
Are we? Well, actually, just coming on the screen now, DeChambeau nearly hit Ian Poulter in the head.
Yeah.
We've all had that one, haven't we, on the golf course?
Have you been nearly?
Shout 4.
Have you been hit before?
Yeah. I remember my dad, right, playing in Merthyr, Tydfil. There's a fairway going up and a fairway coming down, and he sliced this ball, and I can see there's someone coming down the other way. And he shouts 4. and the lad coming the other way had round glasses on, and the ball hit him right in the eye. Right, the ball hit him in the eye. Luckily, he had the glasses on, right, and he went down. And when he picked his head up, he had a red circle round his eye, and luckily,
Killed him.
yeah, right in. It's dangerous. If you go on a golf course,
Oh my God, no.
there is a slight risk you might get hit by a golf ball, especially if you're playing with you, Shaban.
A bit of a-
Shanktastic.
Oh man, what a
No,
snake.
but yeah, so it's
Fantastic.
dangerous. Especially if you're close, you know, when someone's.
Well, when you watch that video of Ian Poulter, to be fair, it does bounce off the ground and hit upwards at some speed. So even though it's slowed down, it's still like that hit shift. Or do you know the thing that gives me the most fear is like being hit by the club on a backswing.
Oh, I've seen that. Alan McAnally.
Oh, that's the worst.
One of the lads hit him right in the nose on his backswing. Split all his nose open.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember my cousin when we were young. We were in Ireland on a holiday, and our friend Sean swung the club, and it broke his jaw.
Did it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is dangerous. As long as you shout for.
Okay, then you're clear.
Yeah, you've got to shout for. Even if there's nobody there, shout for. It just helps someone duck,
Yeah. There you go.
so you don't get it in the eye. Anyway.
Still to come. We'll get the very latest on Bruno Guimaraes' proposed move to Arsenal, 70 million, the latest bid. But will Newcastle accept it? 03717 223344 is the number. Newcastle fans, how devastating would it be to lose your talisman, especially after all the drama last summer as well with Isak? What a situation to be back in again. And they don't want this one to get ugly like it did last season with Isak as well. You don't want that again. And if he wants out in a way, you should let him go. But they need him.
Well, Anthony Gordon's gone. I mentioned him. Barcelona. I mean, they're losing the best players, and they've got probably one of the richest owners, and they can't spend the money.
Yeah. We're also going to get more about the Commonwealth Games a little bit later on in our brand new feature, Count Dean.
Ding, 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 diddle ding. Things that make you do.
Coming up soon. That one's not as bad as other things that you've had to do in the past here at talkSPORT.
Yeah. And,
Gabby says
I
no
used
now.
to be a football manager, but I ain't getting another job, am I, doing this?
Need to get you back
Singing
out
on the radio.
playing bowls. Attention turns to the boxing this weekend. It really is a huge weekend of boxing. Anthony Joshua makes his long-awaited return to the heavyweights this weekend out in Jeddah, taking on Albanian knockout specialist Christian Prenga.
British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident.
I was walking with giants, man, that kept me protected, kept me shielded, and I know I'm going to do what's right for them.
Serious. It is lights out! Wow! Anthony Joshua!
They told me, if you beat Prenga, we'll give you Tyson Fury. I said, please, give me that contract.
He's got destructive power, so as soon as that shot lands, it's over.
He looks in the shape of his life. He's been training at Usyk's camp.
Anthony Joshua!
It's seen as the final hurdle before that potential showdown with Tyson Fury.
Fury is what he says he is. Maybe he should step forward and Frank should put his fighter forward instead of worrying about what I'm up to.
Like a bit of Stormzy?
Stormzy?
Yeah.
Not heard much of his work, really, Stormzy.
He's not Welsh, so you wouldn't be listening, would you?
Well, Manic Street Preachers, Keris Matthews, Tom Jones, Shirley Bassey. We got loads and we Stereophonics.
Shut up.
Queuing up.
You know
Alid
that-
Jones. I
Alid-
was walking in the park. We got loads. Queuing up.
Was he walking in the park and in the air?
That's it. Walking in the air. Was walking in the air.
I was walking
Yeah.
in the park.
He was brilliant. Hey, Shaking Stevens behind the green door. Remember that?
Yeah. Nobody gets
We've got
close to
loads. Actually, when I went to meet Brian Clough, he made me sing. And when I went to meet him to sign for Forest, he made me sing.
Mm.
And his words were, "Sing, young man, sing. They can all sing where you come from, you little sheep shearer." Sheep shearer. Just get that right. Sheep shearer. But that's what he said to me.
Oh gosh, delighted to say join us now live from Jeddah, but it's already 41 degrees. How's the Factor 50 working out for you, Adam Catterall? You're going to need a wee trilby. How are you, Adam?
Morning, Adam.
I'm good. I'm good, guys. Listen, it wasn't on my bingo card, so obviously it'd be welcomed into the show with a conversation with Stormzy and Shaking Stevens in the same sentence. But you know what I mean? We'll give it a go. And regarding the heat, you are correct. A man with this haircut is struggling. So if we can make this nice and snappy, let's get straight into it, because I'm baking in this 40-degree heat out here in Jeddah.
I saw an advert last night about bald sun cream. So people who are bald, there's now a particular sun cream for you. Ed, I'm looking at you. So instead of just like I just saw. Anyway, I'll send you the link, Adam. I'll get that to you later on.
Or you get a Jimmy White ridiculous wig.
Yeah.
Stick that on.
You could get a toupee, Adam. We could arrange that for you as well. Listen, back to the boxing then. Any danger here that AJ could be defeated by Prenga? It looks like it's going to be a straight run for AJ, but there's a lot of focus going ahead to Tyson Fury. Do we feel maybe they're taking the eye off the ball with this one ahead of him already?
There's that old cliche that it's heavyweight boxing and anything can happen. It only takes one punch to change the course of the division. But I agree with what you're alluding to there, Shivan. This is a tune-up for AJ. This is a comeback fight. We all know what he went through at the back end of last year. And for me, this week's all about process. Can he go through the process of a fight week and come out of it feeling good at the end of it, and then hopefully point us towards a fight with Tyson Fury come the back end of the year? Christian Prenga, on paper, it looks tremendous. 20 wins, 20 knockouts and all that type of stuff. But who has he been knocking out? Not that great of opposition. And if Anthony Joshua if the Anthony Joshua that turned up against Otto Wallin turns up on Saturday night, then I think we're going to see a destructive display where he softens him up with the jab, a nice little straight 1-2 in the mid rounds, takes him out, and then we all move forward to something that I think a lot of fight fans have been waiting for the best part of 10 years.
Yeah, Adam, I think it is important that you actually get in the ring in front of a crowd for boxers. I mean, they can fight in the gym and spar in the gym, but when you walk in that ring and you look at your cornermen's faces and they've got a bit of panic on their face. Obviously, they're worried, and the crowd are there. You've got different gloves on. You've got the match gloves on, and you're out in the ring. Even though if it lasts 3 or 4 rounds, it is vital for them to tune themselves up mentally as well as physically.
In this case, I completely agree with you, Dean. Normally I'm against tune-up fights because semi-finals don't necessarily work in boxing, but in this particular case with Anthony Joshua, I agree with you, because it's a very lonely place, is that boxing ring, and he doesn't want to be finding those questions out if he's in there against Tyson Fury. We know what happened at the end of last year. As I keep referring to, this week is about process. Can he go through the processes of this fight week without his 2 best pals that he ended, that he doesn't have with him off the back of what happened in that accident last year? I don't know whether he's got particular rituals that he did with those 2 gentlemen. Can he go through that process, and can he come out at the end of it feeling good about himself, and hopefully all those boxes get ticked, and then we can move towards the fight that everybody wants to see?
Adam, for the people who don't know, the 2 lads who sadly passed away, and they're obviously in his inner circle, which is vital for people like Tyson Fury and Joshua. What role did they have, the 2 lads, in his preparation for fights?
I think we've just lost.
Have we lost him?
Adam, I think he's just gone off there. Sadly, we'll get him back a little bit later on. But I mean, there's so much actually to watch the interview yesterday with Spencer Oliver with AJ. It's on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, about how much these guys meant to him, and not just in the boxing scene from when he was young. Yeah. And how close he is to these guys' mothers as well, and you know how he'll continue to be a son for them and keep doing what he can for their families.
Terrific, isn't it?
It's awful. It's absolutely awful. So the fact that he is there now and he's putting himself in that space, I don't think there could be any judgments on how it does go for Anthony Joshua tomorrow if it doesn't quite go to plan, because his head must be in an unbelievable space just now going out and having this fight and, you know, not having them with him. They've been with him from the beginning.
In general life, his 2 mates that he's lost, which is bigger than a boxing match.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking Adam, you know, when he turns to the corner and you're under a bit of pressure, were those 2 lads there looking back at him who he trusts, saying to him, just keep doing what you're doing, or you need to change your tactics?
Yeah.
What role did they have in the corner?
Adam is back with us now. Adam, as Dean was just saying there, I don't know if you heard that, you know, how close were these guys to AJ's inner circle? You know, if they were on the ropes, could he turn around? Would those guys be there? Were they that close to his kind of fighting circle?
Yeah, I just caught the back end of that, and Dean's absolutely right. We're talking about two lads that have been with him throughout his professional career of 13, 14 years, but they're his best pals. He's known these lads for time. He's grown up with these guys. So exactly what Dean's just referring to there, looking into the crowd, looking into the corner, just the process of fight week. There's certain things that happen during a fight week that we don't see. Yeah, we see the media, yeah, we see the weigh-in and all that type of stuff. But what about whether he goes for a particular meal with them? What about if he goes through a particular process in the gym with them throughout the course of the week? I don't know if those were rituals that he did throughout the course of the week. If there is, how does he deal with that this week? And if he can deal with that and come through it, because this is a mental challenge. It's not a physical challenge, this, for Anthony Joshua. Look at him. He's an absolute specimen. He's always in shape. He hasn't lost his skills. He hasn't lost his power. All those things are there. This is a mental challenge. If he can come through this mental challenge this week, then that's a great sign for us, hopefully moving forward towards the fight that we all want to see with Tyson Fury.
Well, there's that as well to look ahead to. Listen, Adam, thank you so much for coming on this morning. By the way, Bald Bro. It's called Bald Bro, that product.
Listen, thank you. Listen, I want to apologise to you, Shaban, right? Because, listen, I'm in a beautiful setting here on the banks of the Red Sea. It looks absolutely fantastic. But when I spoke to the guys, I said, listen, we all saw what Shaban did out in the World Cup. She dived into a swimming pool off the back of one of these. Get that sorted for me because I need a piece of that pie, mate. All right? So next time I speak to you, hopefully, I'll be on the banks of a swimming pool for a full Frosbury flop.
I want to see you on a flamingo in the buff. If you could sort that for us, next one, Adam, you know, that'd be absolute.
Nobody needs that, mate. Nobody in it.
Adam, before you go, I left you out this morning and I apologise. I spoke about Simon Jordan and Jim White and Spencer Oliver doing so well for boxing on talkSPORT and lifting the channel completely to the point where Anthony Joshua is sending Jim White presents now. And I know you've had a few tussles back and forth, so well done to you as well, because you've done a great job.
I appreciate that, Dean. He could send me a gift. I'm going to have a word with him this afternoon, see if we can get another belt, mate.
Let's get you a swimming pool. Let's get you a pool made, Adam, and a wee day off. Listen, good to speak to you.
That's the first job.
Enjoy the fight tomorrow night, and we'll hear from you again across the weekend. That's our boxing pundit there, Adam Catterall, with us out in Jeddah. Don't forget, AJ versus Christian Prenga this Saturday, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here on talkSPORT and on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. It's also on the Smart TV as well. You can access our talkSPORT Boxing channel on Smart TV too and watch our watch along, which should be really, really good. Good luck to AJ, you know, through it all. I mean, good luck to him.
Do you know what? He's either gonna come back after he's won the fight. He's gonna walk back to his corner and he's either gonna say, "I'm not doing this anymore. It's not the same," or he's gonna say, "I've got past that hurdle. I know I can fight on, and I'll use the two lads I've lost as fuel to beat Tyson Fury."
Yeah.
I think he'll go one way or the other.
Good luck to him. All here on talkSPORT for you tomorrow night as AJ returns to the ring. Coming up next, we'll be speaking to Newcastle reporter Lee Ryder on the latest situation regarding Bruno Guimarães' future. Chief football correspondent Alex Crook is also in the studio at 9:30 with the news on Maxence Lacroix, James Trafford and Manchester United's pursuit of a top-class midfielder. All of that still to come on talkSPORT Breakfast. Jack Grealish.
Yep.
Also going to be back at Man City.
Yep.
Next season.
It'd be interesting to see what happens with Jack if he's given a chance by Maresca, because he would have been part of that Man City squad that Maresca was at. Or will the manager think, no? And will Jack think, you know what, maybe I want to move on? I think it's still early doors. I think we have to see what happens over the next 6 weeks. You know, still 6 weeks left of the transfer window. Start of September, it closes. I don't see him staying there. I see him moving on. It wouldn't surprise me if he moves somewhere else in Europe. I don't see him staying in the Premier League. So I think he's still got 1 year left, I think, of his contract. So the wages as well, will that be a problem for some of the clubs, maybe in the Premier League? But don't rule out maybe back to Everton. David Moyes loved him.
Yeah, he did well there.
Yeah, he done very well there.
Well there. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, Rodri reportedly waiting for Real Madrid president Florentino Perez to sanction his return to Spain, and then there's growing support for the move in the capital after he skippered them to the World Cup. Of course, as well, he's linked to Real Madrid. Do you see that one getting done?
It depends, because I did see that from Perez saying that it's not something that they want to do, and I don't think Manchester City are going to let him go on the cheap. I think before the World Cup, they maybe would have negotiated a deal, but his performances in the World Cup was the Rodri that won the Ballon d'Or a couple of seasons ago. That Rodri I wouldn't sell for anything less than 80, 90, 100 million if I'm Manchester City. He's that good. And he's one of them players, Rodri, Shaban, that will play deep into his 30s. You know, doesn't rely on pace. Very good technically on the ball.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
A very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders. Now, we're not even in August yet, but it's already been a window to forget for Newcastle fans.
How can Newcastle, on the back of the most successful season in their recent history last time around, then making a British record sale, they still do find themselves here now having to sell.
Gordon steers it into the far corner and Newcastle United lead.
I think it's sad for Newcastle that they have to lose players, but in return for that they're getting a big fee and he's getting a wonderful opportunity, but I don't personally see him at that level.
Out to Tonali, through a crowded in.
I decided to sign for Tottenham and I can wait to start the season.
And then it comes to Bruno Guimaraes. Brilliant hit into the corner.
£70 million bid will not be successful, and it could just be the start of the kind of the saga and where we're kind of going on with things.
Bruno Guimaraes was kind of everything to the team. When he didn't play, they didn't win.
So they've already lost out on Anthony Gordon and Sandro Tonali. They've left the club. Talisman Bruno Guimaraes is also looking to be on his way out for more on what appears to be quite a mess at St James's Park. We're joined now by the Chronicle's chief Newcastle writer, Lee Ryder. Good morning to you, Lee. How's things doing?
Morning, Lee.
Morning, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah,
good, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How are things? Well, yeah, obviously we're in the middle of this Bruno transfer saga up here, and it looks like Newcastle are kind of digging the heels in a bit. And basically the message I got last night from very high up at St James's was he's not for sale, and you know Arsenal will first of all have to put in a bid, which they haven't done yet. It's been a lot of talk, but they haven't actually tabled an offer. Now we expect that's going to come, but I think 70 million will be swiftly rejected.
Yeah, Lee, I mean, I've been at the club and I understand how the town works, and obviously it's different to any other football club I've ever been to. In Newcastle, people go to work to buy a season ticket to watch the game and buy a shirt, normally with Alan Shearer on the back of it. And the town is full of Newcastle shirts. Kids growing up are told by their parents, get a job and you can buy a season ticket. That's the motivation. So they've been lifted to this point where it looks like they've got Isak up front. They've just got to add a few more world-class players and Newcastle are going to challenge for the Premier League. And all of a sudden, you started losing your best players. I look at that midfield, Tonali, Guimaraes and Joe Linton, as good as any. How are the fans now feeling towards what's going on at the club?
Yeah, well, as always, I think there's probably going to be some positivity. I mean, I just seen the sort of narrative there that you did before, which, yeah, I get from a kind of sort of neutral point of view. But, you know, we are bringing in young players, exciting young players from around Europe. Bamba's going to sign today. We've got Sean Sterling from Ajax. And I appreciate that, you know, these aren't established names, but Eddie Howe is a top-class coach who can hopefully develop these players. I think next season's going to be, I'm not expecting Champions League or anything like that, but I'm expecting a better season than 12th. And hopefully it's a clean slate for everybody at the club and they can push on a bit. But yeah, there are concerns, but, you know, Newcastle with the financial situation, they pretty much had to sell Anthony Gordon. They didn't want to sell Tonali, but 100 million is an incredible offer for a player who didn't have a great season last year, and that money's been reinvested. They have signed 4 players in 40 days. So I'm kind of erring on the side of positivity. The window's not quite shut just yet. I'll judge it when it is shut. The Bruno thing, yes, it is a big concern, but we don't know what the CEO and the new sport director, Ross Wilson and David Hopkinson, we don't know how tough they're going to be. They were very tough with Tonali, by the way, because Tottenham didn't want to pay 100 million and Newcastle just said, we'll leave the room if you don't pay what we want. So I think Arsenal, if they're thinking about getting a knockdown offer for Bruno, who is the club captain, I think they may have to think again.
Do you know what, though, Lee? I understand you being positive, right? But from a manager's point of view and somebody who actually liked being at Newcastle, and I'm looking, I have got one eye on Newcastle. It's all right bringing young lads in, but when you've got proven Premier League players that are leaving your club, like you're now not building. Eddie Howe was building, adding blocks to the keep your best players and add, right, we need a new left back, right, we need a new goalkeeper, a better one than we've got. And you're actually, Eddie Howe's building a brilliant team. He's now, being blunt, dismantling his team. So bringing in young lads right now is not the answer. They might end up being good, but right now he needs players who are proven in the Premier League that they're going to get the better. Whoever they're playing against on a Saturday, they normally get the better of them. So you've got to be positive, but losing your best players, Eddie Howe must be like thinking, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, you know, you look at the situation and the team probably does need a little bit of experience added in, but, you know, experience costs money. And, you know, if Newcastle wanted to sign a player of Bruno Guimaraes' ilk, then I'm pretty sure they'd have to pay more than 70 million. So you've got to look at it from our point of view, where we're not just going to bow down and accept low bids at all for our top players. That's the way it is. But, you know, in terms of experience, you know, we've still got some experienced campaigners on board. You've still got the likes of Sven Botman in there. You've got Nick Pope behind the scenes, who's been around a long, long time. And Newcastle will look at this as an opportunity to start again, start a fresh page, and hopefully, you know, they can have a steady season. But look, I'm under no illusions. It is going to be tough. Got a tough start to the season. You look at that fixture list; it's incredibly hard.
Yeah. And
Eddie Howe will be, you know, looking at it. But at the end of the day, you've still got another half of this window to go. And I think Newcastle, you know, they've made a decent start for me to the window. 4 signings in 40 days. If they've got another 4 in the bag by the end of it, let's judge them at the end and give it, you know, all the respect it deserves, rather than writing off the season before a ball's been kicked.
Well, I like your approach,
all the best,
honestly, because it's so easy to come on and focus on the negative, isn't it? So fair play to you.
Yeah, good luck.
Like your style. The Chronicles chief at Newcastle writer there, Lee Ryder. Coming up, why does Gabby Agbonlahor seem to have Arsenal fans wrapped so tightly around his chunky little fingers? You'll find out next.
I rate Aston Villa. I know the size and the history of the club. They're a big, passionate support. This is bonkers because I rate Emery as well. I have no idea what anyone at Aston Villa have seen in Alejandro Garnacho to think that he is perhaps a solution. I just don't understand it.
Talk to me about the player.
He's a reprehensible character. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
What was that word again?
Reprehensible, horrible, objectionable. I mean,
Google.
Hateful. There's very little to like about him. I think that he's a man who's in it for himself. I've seen nothing to suggest that he's a player that he believes he is.
He's 22.
It doesn't matter.
No, both of you chill out. You're grown men. Hammering this poor lad.
He's not 16.
Poor lad.
No, but he's 22, and I get it. He's got all the riches in the world.
5 years at 22.
But I think it is overkill. He is
It's
a
not
good
overkill.
player.
No, it's underkill.
He's a good player.
I'm not intelligent
He's
enough.
in the Premier League for a reason.
I'm not intelligent enough
He's
or
been
articulate enough
considered
to
by
do
Villa for a reason.
justice
He's
to
been your
how
club for a
objectionable this
reason.
bloke is.
Can you ignore her?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Can you finish?
I am trying. Yeah.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. To any Villa fans, to any season ticket holder in that whole end, I tell you this: this is an error, a mistake, something that will haunt you, and it's a terrible, terrible statement for Aston Villa. He will disrupt your dressing room. He is not the player that people think he is. Do you know the kind of player that he is? Really, he should be running the wing at Cadiz. That's the level of footballer that he is. He should be running the wing at Iber at best. This belief that he is somehow.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931, when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations' hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car. Today you can check out the website for more details on that. One of Arsenal's favourite wind-up merchants, Gabby Agbonlahor, was back on it yesterday, setting off the Gunners everywhere by predicting them to pick up 5 points from their opening 5 games. And this caller, Jack, was having absolutely none of it.
He's absolutely on a wind-up. I'm not having it, Gabby. You're taking the mick. 5 points from 5 games. Get a grip.
But when you look at the games and the results last season, what I say is you don't look at Aston Villa away, a tough game.
Every game's tough.
You don't think Aston Villa's tough when you lost there last season? What's funny?
They're a tough team. They're a good team, but you're not going to beat us this season.
Why not?
You think you've got it in the bag. You think you've got it in the bag and you haven't, mate.
Well, last season you lost there.
You're losing players left, right and centre. You can't afford to replace them, Gabby.
We've replaced them. Manzambi.
There you go. Gabby having it out with
He is
Jack.
winding it. He's winding them up, isn't he?
Yeah, in fairness, they have got a tough start to the season. Arsenal. I mean, Coventry, he did say that they would beat Coventry. That's the first game of the season. He thinks that will be 3 points. He thinks they'll drop points against Aston Villa. He thinks they might draw against Chelsea. He thinks Sunderland might get a win. And he thinks Brighton.
So I would say, off the top of my head, they'll win the first game. They'll draw with Villa. They'll beat Chelsea. They'll beat Sunderland. And they'll beat... Who's the other one?
Brighton. Okay. Yeah.
And I think they're going to run away with the league.
Do you? Run away with it, eh?
The only team in the league that's settled. They've got a settled team. Settled squad. Harmony. Won the league title, which should encourage them. Like, Ryan Giggs won 17 trophies. And he's addicted to the next one. You get addicted to it. And hopefully the Arsenal players gain some confidence from winning it. And next year, they're even better. But I can't see him.
I just think...
Alex Crooks just walked in without a hat on. Unbelievable. Nice to see you.
Oh, yeah, mate, you good?
So did he just agree with Arsenal? I was just talking about Arsenal's 5 games. Gabby said they'll get 5 points.
Oh, did he really? Gabby says a lot, doesn't he? I think they'll win the league as well, same as you, especially with a couple of new additions. A lot of clubs going for a sort of rebuild period. It's there for the taking, I think, for Arsenal.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Crookie, we have to do a bit of this.
Crookie's Roundup, right here every day. Crookie's Roundup, which players are on their way. If an agent's got a story,
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Crookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
He gets all the gossip from the best players to the worst. Of course, it's time for Crookie's Roundup. He's the very best. He's the rootinest, tootinest journo in the Wild Wild West. Crookie's Roundup.
Yeah, I know, Buzz, from my Bournemouth days, actually.
It was the extra long one this morning.
It was,
Had
wasn't it?
scheduled to go.
You look like you've lost weight.
I've been
In
trying.
America.
I've been trying it.
How can you try over in America?
I didn't like the food, mate.
Didn't you?
No, didn't enjoy the food.
Hot dogs, burgers,
Gets a bit
massive
much.
portions.
If you're there for 5.5 weeks, it gets a bit much.
Would you tell
yeah.
us if you were on the jabs?
I would, and I'm not. I tell you what I did like, though. My speciality dish in America, fried Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I hate sprouts.
With a bit of lemon
Sprouts.
drizzled on the top. It's a bit of a delicacy in New York.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I
Yeah.
like sprouts.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, sprouts are the devil's work.
No, they're nice sprouts, surely.
They're not.
You don't like sprouts?
Make you a bit stinky as well.
No.
I was definitely a bit
am I
stinky
right,
by the
Crookie?
end.
Am I right?
After you've eaten them.
Oh, no, I'm not into sprouts.
What we got anyway, Alex? I mean, I've just seen on the TV, Chelsea agree a deal with Crystal Palace to sign, how would you say his name?
Maxence
Lacroix.
Yeah,
Great name. I'll
yeah,
get
obviously part of the French team. Didn't cover himself in glory against England in that third place game, conceding 4 goals in the first half. But this has been in the offing for some time now. The fee is around about £52 million. He's going to undergo a medical at Chelsea. And I think Palace are quite happy with that from a financial standpoint. But he did play a big part in them winning the Conference League last season, an FA Cup winner the season before. Obviously, they lost Mark Gay mid-season to Manchester City. So Palace in need of some reinforcement.
How much was that one?
52 million.
Chelsea are having a right go again, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's their spending up to now since Todd Bowley went in? It must be billions.
Yeah, telephone numbers, isn't it? I mean, even this summer, 117 million for Morgan Rogers, 52 million now for Maxence Lacroix. And I don't think they're finished there. There's a lot of talk they want a midfielder. Bruno
Still haven't got a
Guimaraes
striker.
was doing the rounds, but Chelsea sort of denied that. And you're right, yeah, and another striker needed as well.
How can he spend billions of pounds and still not have a world-class striker?
And a goalkeeper, arguably, as well. Still question marks over Robert Sanchez.
Pedro's decent, but I don't think he's world class.
Really unlucky not to get in the Brazil squad. When you look at that Brazil team that stunk the place out at the World Cup, I wonder what João Pedro was thinking on a beach somewhere.
Well, what about Liverpool then, Alex? Because I'm starting to get a bit worried. They've got to sign some players.
And in the wide areas in particular, because they've still not got a Mo Salah replacement yet. We know they were keen on Yan Diamonde early in the summer. Had a semi-decent World Cup for the Ivory Coast, certainly started well, but Leipzig's asking price looks a bit too big for Liverpool. The other name that keeps cropping up is that of Bradley Barcola, part of the French team that got to the semi-finals. But again, I think PSG, unless they get a replacement, are reluctant to lose him. So it's proving a difficult summer so far for Liverpool.
It'd be incredible if they got Barcola.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible signing.
Well,
to
they
get
lost
him
9
straight.
players who would all get a game now
Mm.
from last season. 9, including the goalkeeper. Andy Robertson's gone.
Salah, obviously.
Salah's gone. And Kanate's gone.
Yeah.
3 world-class players there, in my opinion. Gone. Hard to replace.
Yeah.
So they needed players from last year.
We have still got a month, though, until the first.
I think they
Premier
need
League
7
game
or
of
8
the season.
players.
But yeah, they're working. They're working on it.
Back page of the Sun this morning, they're talking about Tchouaméni,
Mm.
possibly to Manchester United. It's also reported that they might be interested in Camavinga.
And Kone as well, the French boys. So they've got an extensive list, I think, Manchester United. I'm pretty sure, pretty confident, they will sign one more midfielder between now and the end of the window. But again, I think they're just keeping their powder dry, maybe hoping that some prices come down, hoping that clubs start to panic, because it's a long time now from this World Cup ending before the Premier League season starts. So I actually think that's a sensible approach. What they don't want to do this year, Manchester United, is commit the mistakes of previous windows and end up overpaying for players. I think the two they've got in for 85 million combined, Andre Santos and Yuri Tillemans, is a good start. But they do need another midfielder. They probably need another left back as well, Lewis Hall, on their radar, because Luke Shaw's not going to play every minute of every game, certainly not when you factor in the Champions League as well. And I think they probably need another forward, because in an ideal world, you'd move on Joshua Zirkzee and bring in someone a bit more prolific.
I know you're both Man United fans, right? And I think most of the work's been done now. They've bottomed out. They've got rid of all the
only
bad
way
attitudes.
is up, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they've got rid of the bad attitudes. I still think there's 4 or 5 players who are not good enough to play for Man United at the club, but
only 4 or 5.
Yeah, bringing the players in now with a good attitude. Number one, priority. Let's make sure we got a team that goes on the pitch that gets a 7 out of 10. Not a team that can get beat 5-0 or win 5-0. And I think half the work's been done. They bottomed out. They're on the way up.
And I think that was the key with Mateus Fernandes as well. They walked away from that deal, obviously went to Tottenham for 85 million, A, because they thought the price was a bit excessive, but B, they never really got the impression the player was fully invested in the project. And I think they only want people who want to play for Manchester United. You look at Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbumo last summer. They had offers from elsewhere, could have been playing Champions League football. They both made it abundantly clear from the start they wanted this move to Old Trafford, and that's the type of character you want in the dressing room.
Absolutely.
Here's a dilemma for you. Would you sell? Bear in mind, they need some money. They need money.
If you're going to say Bruno Fernandes, the answer is no chance.
Would you sell him, Bruno Fernandes, at
No chance.
32?
No.
Would you not cash in 100 million?
21 assists last season. Wears the captain's armband. Been the best player by a country mile since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. Absolutely brainless to
Listen
even
to this one
contemplate
then. This assist business, I don't get it.
No?
No, I don't get it. Because I asked Jamie O'Hara the other night, how many assists did you get in your career? He went, I don't know. I said, yeah, because no one ever told you, and we never counted them. So I said, the assists depend on who you're playing with. So, for example, if Harry Maguire robs the ball off the centre forward and pokes it to Fernandes, and he first times it round the corner for me to go clean through and score, who gets the assist? Harry Maguire or Fernandes? Or both?
No, fair point. Sometimes the assist to the assist can be more important. However,
I'll give you another way.
To set up 21 goals over the course of a Premier League season is not to be shot at.
Right. So if you're playing with Robbie Fowler and you're a left winger, John Barnes, say, and he's whipping crosses in the face of the goal, across the face of the goal, Robbie Fowler's finishing every cross that comes across. 10 goals, 10 crosses. Then he plays with Núñez, who manages to miss from everywhere.
Yeah.
So John Barnes' stats are down because they're not getting finished. Two guy played for Blackburn. He hit Damien Duff's chest on the left wing every 5 minutes. Damien Duff's stats were up. And then we signed Andy Cole and his stats went up again. Because he was finishing
chances,
them.
yeah.
So it's all in order. It's a team game.
That's made a difference that Fernandes was hitting Cunha and Mbumo and Šeško last season and not Rasmus Højlund.
And
I'll give you that.
Centre-halves, if they keep stealing the ball off the strikers, they give it to the midfield.
But take that away. There's no conversation that since Fergie left the club, Bruno Fernandes has been the most important person at Manchester United.
And it's still so disrespected.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, he's so.
He was part of the shambles as well for 5 years. He was part of it. And I have to admit, he's been the best player for the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
Class.
I'm not sure it was as shambolic as people think, by the way. I think it was 9 finals in 10 years that United got to in their worst run.
It's Man United.
Yeah, but a lot of clubs would kill for that.
Yeah, but a lot of clubs haven't got the highest wage bill. Man United can buy any
I just think
player.
sometimes everything when it comes to United is overanalyzed. It's either non-stop success or it's an absolute crisis. And sometimes the truth can be in the middle.
Right. So go back 4 years.
I'm being a bit rational here, aren't I? It's not like me.
Like it.
Man United pay the biggest wages, right? So they can have any player they like in the world.
Well, they didn't want to pay what Tottenham were paying Sandro Tonali, for example.
that was a great approach.
I'm going back 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you're Man United fans and you've got to defend the club.
No,
I'm telling you.
I'm not interested in defending the Glazers.
They made horrendous decisions on
but
players.
they didn't have the right people doing those jobs.
Ed Woodward.
They had businessmen.
Yeah.
At the point, they didn't have people who were actual recruitment.
I agree with you.
And management specialists.
Ed Woodward was a clown.
Name one player that succeeded that Ed Woodward brought into the club. Name one player that done really well for Man United.
Well, I think he was in charge of those decisions when Fernandes signed, but he wasn't a Woodward signing as such.
Say Bruno Fernandes then, right? And he still hasn't won enough.
No, probably not. And that'll be a big regret. And actually, listen, it's still not guaranteed he does stay this summer because I'm sure there's going to be interest from top European clubs and he might make the decision, you know what, I am at the veteran stage of my career. I need to start prioritising silverware. If he does stay, I think it's a good sign that he feels the club are heading in the right direction again.
And even though it can be quite frustrating at times to watch when he's rolling around and throwing his hands up, he will always give it 100.
Yeah.
Always give it 100. And as you mentioned there, he's a character who you want in the dressing
And there's
room.
different ways to be a captain as well. I remember going back, was it last season? It was last season, or season before, when Ruud van Nistelrooy was in interim charge. I took the kids to his first game, 5 goals, I think it was, against Leicester in the League Cup. I said to the kids at the end of the game, let's go to the players' entrance. You might be able to get some autographs and some photos. To a man,
yeah,
most of the players walked out head bowed. Marcus Rashford in particular. It was half term. Ignored all the young fans. My boy adores Marcus Rashford. So there you go. There's your hero. Don't even want to look at you. Bruno Fernandes spent over an hour signing autographs, posing for photos. That's a captain.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to lead.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'd
don't
rather
get me
hear
wrong.
those stories.
Yeah.
Than
But
the
we don't hear those
negativity
enough, do we?
that's
We don't hear
spouted
those
time and
enough.
time again about
I thought
Man
he was a class act that night, Bruno
Yeah, you're
Fernandes.
right. You're right. And we don't hear enough of that.
Shaban,
You know,
don't
that's
get me
who
wrong,
you
right?
want at the team.
I just try and say what I see, right? Man United were in a crisis, and I think they're on the way up. I'm saying now, they've bottomed out, and they've started signing players with a good attitude.
Yeah.
And that's the secret.
Yeah.
Attitude comes before talent.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, I like that chat.
There you go.
Impromptu. Crookie, you're back at 10 o'clock this morning.
I am. I've got Darren McAntony, the whirlwind, with me once again.
Yeah.
So
Looking
one more day and then I can have a rest.
Crookie, thank you as ever, our chief
Cheers,
football
Alex.
correspondent. Alex Crook there. Anything that's happening in the world of transfers, stay here on talkSPORT. Alex will be the first to give you the news about your club. Coming up, Dean Saunders reckons he could win any event at the Commonwealth Games with a month's training. Right? So we'll test him on that next.
What do you make of the transfers? And also Maddison's back. You know, maybe Kulusevski coming back as well. You got some key players back as well.
I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the team. It looks like he's got some real kind of men in. You know, like with Tonali and Robertson, people who are going to, like leaders on the pitch. I think that's what we needed. You know, it seems to me like he's going for a type of side who are going to have some energy in the middle of the park. With a bit of experience and kind of like a bit. I want to see a bit more like Housery from us, do you know, like a bit like Arsenal have done.
Yeah.
You know, a bit more like know how to win, and because we've been a soft touch. We've played some decent games, but then like we'll throw away goals and points at the end of the game.
And
so
it's time to embrace playing in that outstanding stadium.
Yeah.
Getting a home crowd on side. Don't
good stadium,
don't fear playing there like they have done for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like embrace it and make it a fortress.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we've done so far. We've still got to figure out what we're going to do on the left. Like the left wing for me is an issue. Who's going to play out there? No, we don't want Garnacho.
You want to take over?
No, you take Garnacho, mate. He's a good player. Take Garnacho.
He's good. You have him.
Oh, I think he's a good player, mate.
Why didn't you outbid us? Outbid us, mate.
I think that if we sort left wing out and maybe look, Richarlison's not the future for me with Spurs. I think of
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But First, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. How are you getting on this Friday? It's Shabana Hearn and Dean Saunders. What do we know today? Italy approached Carlo Ancelotti to become their national team manager before holding talks with Pep Guardiola. Luke Littler's world match play title defence continued with a straightforward 16-7 quarter-final win over Josh Rock in Blackpool. You can hear who joins him in the semi-finals. Live commentary on talkSPORT 2 from 7:30 tonight. You can look forward to that. And the Commonwealth Games are underway up the road in Glasgow, and we can find out how it's all started with talkSPORT's athletics correspondent John Cushing live from the Tollcross International Swimming Centre. John.
Hi, John. Yeah, morning, Shaban. Morning, Dean. And just for you, Dean, Gary Kelly, who was the flag and baton carrier in the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony for Northern Ireland last night. He's in bowls action already this morning. No hangover for him because he's a set up in the men's singles in that bowls after winning his opening match yesterday as well. The bowls continues all week. But as you say, I'm here at Tollcross to see if the Scots, and Duncan Scott in particular, can start in a medal-winning way. Now, Scotland, swimming is their most successful sport in Commonwealth Games history. So we're going to see if the Commonwealth Games champion in the 200 metres IM, the individual medley, he's in the heats this morning. He's up against his British teammate Tom Dean. They're in action in the next hour. The swimming starts in the next 10 minutes. Australia, of course, huge swimmers. They're expected to top the medal table again. In fact, this is their aim, to finish top of the medal table, winning the most gold medals and celebrating the most medalists with the highest overall medal count. The starting gun has been issued and set off by Australia. They are one of the biggest teams here with 263 athletes. There's 3x3 basketball to come. We've got powerlifting as well at the Armadillo at lunchtime. Team England's Mark Swan could win the first medal of the Games. Boxing and gymnastics. It is Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games, and it's live on talkSPORT.
I love it. John, thank you very much. John Cushing with us across the morning, live at Tollcross International Swimming Centre. See, we're good in the pool. That explains my webbed feet. Because apparently if you've got webbed feet, you're a good swimmer, and I've got webbed feet.
Yeah, who was the Australian best ever swimmer?
Phelps. No,
not Phelps.
He was American, wasn't he?
No, I can't remember his name now, but he had webbed feet.
Yeah. My brother's like
7
a fish.
gold medals.
And his toes are joined.
Have you got webbed feet?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Yeah, little webbed feet.
Oh.
And I've also got no toenails after the marathon, so it's not, that's why I have to cover them up. That's why I'm wearing my slippers in the morning, Dean. Because my feet are a shambles.
So having webbed feet, does it affect you in any way?
Makes me a better swimmer. I'm a good swimmer.
Well, running, does your feet not hurt or anything?
No. It's pretty normal to have webbed feet. I just don't think people admit it, because then you think you're a bit of a...
Peter Shilton had webbed feet.
There you go.
That was his excuse for slicing it out of play when he took the goal kicks.
Like were they joined, those two middle toes? See, mine are joined and then split off, but like my brothers are joined.
Are they?
Yeah. And so were my cousins. My cousin Roisin's, hers were joined.
Good. By the way, this Commonwealth Games, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't it the way all the countries competing against each other? And
well, it's going to get better, because Dean Saunders said out loud this morning, some things you should keep to yourself, that he reckons he could get a medal in any event at the Commonwealth Games with about a month's training.
I never said that.
You did say that. You said, give me a month and I'd win a medal at the Commonwealths in whatever sport.
Not like judo. I've got no chance, have I? Some of these fellas are like absolutely freaks of nature strong. No chance.
So why did you say
bowls? I could win the bowls. if I had a month's training.
You think? Yeah.
It's not crown green, which is my speciality, which has got a bit... Do you know the difference between flat green and crown green?
No, don't have a clue.
It's like bold. So
It's
there's...
what?
It's the grass is
Bold?
not level. It's bold, like a...
Oh,
no,
it's like a
slopes.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to judge the canva as well as the bias on the ball. Yeah. So, by the way, world champion 75. So when you finish golf and you can't get round the golf course anymore, your next step is bowls.
Well, my dad's the president of his bowling club. All he does is bowls have taken over his entire personality at Westerton Bowling Club, and he lives for it, and he has done since I was a wee girl. And now he's the president, and he struts around thinking his wife's floatus or something. Like,
Well, it's a lot of skill involved, Shaban.
in bowls.
Yeah, a lot of skill. They actually...
There's not.
They can, honestly, you touch as you leave go of the ball. It's a bit like putting. As you leave go, you've got to get, like, inches. They can roll the ball. They can roll the ball 30 yards and stop it within 2 inches.
All right. Okay, I take your word.
Could you do that?
I should give it more time. Okay, we've got a brand new feature for you. It's time now for Count Dean.
Judo.
Well, judo, you've got to be obviously really strong. You're trying to throw your mate on the floor that you're competing against. It's called a nip-on if you get him on the floor.
Call it something different in
If
Glasgow.
you're knackered, just open your jacket on purpose. You get a little bit of a breather, but pure strength, leg strength, Dean.
3,000 metre steeplechase.
Brilliant. 28 fences. It always amazes me how they go through the water jump. Are they going to clear the water jump or are they going to land in it? But the way they glide over them 3,000 metres, and when you're knackered, trying to get over that fence. And if you hit it, you ain't knocking it over, you're over. Proper test of endurance, Dean. Bowls is on the flat green. It's like pure skill, canvas of the ball. Your ball's got a bias on it, so you bend it in between a gap. Nearest to the ball gets a point. If you get three of them together, that's why you can smash them all out the way if you want. Elite sport.
Artistic gymnastics.
I'm obviously, Lee Jones was my school teacher, and he was British champion, so I can do the rings. I can hold a crucifix. You've got to get on the parallel bars. You've got to get on you've got to vault as well. You've got the high bar.
Now you're panicking.
High bar, like shoulders, arms, body strength. Unbelievable.
3x3 basketball.
3x3 basketball, 3 aside on half a pitch. I can't wait. I'm going to watch this one. Obviously, you've got to have the skill. You've got to be 6'7", obviously, to get the ball into the basket.
You couldn't do that in a month.
It's different to a full-sided game, but again, new concept. Right? No, so it's midgetism or dwarfism. You're not allowed to say that anymore.
No, that's not okay.
So I'm not quite any of them, but I've just hit the post. Just above. I'm not small as you, but I don't think I'd be
By the
that good
way,
at basketball.
You're not far off my height.
5'9" I am, Siobhan.
No, you're not.
I am.
You're not.
I'm 5'9".
You're 5'5". 5'5"
Honestly,
and a half, I'll give you.
Have a look on YouTube. You see how many headers I scored.
See, in terms of gymnastics, do you think you could do a cartwheel?
I can do a flick-flack. I can do the lot. I used to do it in school.
You could still do a cartwheel?
I can do a crucifix. You know the rings?
When you hold them?
When you hold the rings and then pull yourself up like Jesus on the cross.
You can still do that now.
I can do that now without shaking. It's pure body strength. And I can lift my legs up in front of me as I'm doing it.
Oh.
And I can do the vault over the horse.
We need to put it to the test. Dean reckons he'll win all of it.
I could win that.
In about a month's time. I reckon I could
2
win
weeks
the bowls.
I need.
Give me a day and I could win the bowls.
No Moretti.
No disrespect.
No white wine.
My bowls players out there.
Can you do gymnastics?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something that you didn't know.
We've got to go.
Gabby Orrath.
Mm.
So it's not a name now, she's married. But
Gabby
Terry
Logan.
Orrath's daughter.
Gabby Logan. Yeah,
Gabby Logan.
She was an artistic
She
gymnast,
was
wasn't
the
she?
one, you know the ball, they throw the ball up in the air, the gymnast?
Yeah.
She was champion at that.
I read that in her book.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Gabby Logan. Women of all skills. Dean, it's been fun. Thank you very much. I've laughed
Thanks,
all
Siobhan.
morning. Thank you very much for listening. Have yourself a great weekend. Dean is back alongside Andy Goldstein next Friday from 6 o'clock here on talkSPORT Breakfast. Yeah.
First I heard about it.
Set your alarm
Someone's
now.
obviously pulled out.
Alex Crook and Dara